and that multi-ball magic, the stories that it tells. From the classic wooden cabinets to the digital spells, every play's a new adventure, breaks you from your shells. Hanging out with Poe and Offgrid, yeah, the show's about to start. Talking pixels, flippers, and the tech that stole our heart. From the joystick to the headset, come on and play your part. Hanging out with Poe and Offgrid, a brand new world to charge. Now we're strapping on the goggles, worlds are virtual and bright. Stepping into new dimensions, bathed in neon light. The future's here, it's crystal clear, and everything feels right. Connecting past and present.
Welcome to Hangin' Out.
And through
Let's do this.
the night.
Hey,
Hey, I was jamming. I almost forgot that it was time to start.
I know. I was gonna say, I'm so glad you put that text at the end where they're like, whatever they say. I don't know that they're welcome to Hanging Out or whatever. And because I'm over there messing with the chat and stuff, just jamming, and then all of a sudden they say stuff. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, time to get going. So, hey, before we even get started here, I've been putting people up. Hey, Mike's Gaming Gala's here too. I've been putting people up, but we'll go through the chat and introduce everybody. But we got someone that popped in here during the intro. Some people might remember this guy. I don't know.
Holy crap! Look at that!
Look at this guy.
I know who you guys are.
Nice. How you doing?
Yeah.
Well, I thought I was on my Restream account because I was going to go online at 6 o'clock live doing a show called Hanging Out Without Poe and Offgrid.
Oh,
And look what happened.
ended up on the wrong one.
Oh, man.
oh, there's a conspiracy here because Greg is back and suddenly Derek is back.
Yeah.
How does that work?
Yeah, he is. I noticed that in the chat. Let's run through that really quick because Megan was here way early. She said hi to all of us, and then Kelly came in saying hi back. Then Casey was the next one here. Good to see you, Casey. Thanks for jumping in. And there's a bunch of hellos. Operation Shutdown's in here.
Hey.
Time to let it all hang out with Poe and Offgrid. Let's see, more hellos, and then we got Derek. Hey, good to see you,
Hey.
Derek. Followed by Kaos. Got some old friends in
Hey,
here.
Chaos.
And let me scroll down, and here's Mike's Gaming. Wait a second, hold on. Mike's Gaming Gal. Sorry, Mike, didn't mean to. Okay, I'm all out of highs and hellos. Time to go to sleep. That's a callback from last week when Megan bailed on us mid-show. But you can't do that, Megan, because I saw this post that you said earlier. You're not exhausted tonight, so no excuses. Greg, you need to check out Megan's channel. She did a whole bunch of Galaga stuff lately.
Really?
Yeah. There's a link in the description below.
I'm a Galaga guy.
And matter of fact, Megan, Greg is a Galaga guy. He has a bar top Galaga machine. I can't remember who has the high score on that.
It's somebody called OGA. What's OGA stand for? Obnoxious. I don't know.
Mike says the stream just got way older.
He's right about that. He's right about this. This is the big year for me, so I'm.
Oh, you're looking good.
You know, I'm surprised you're saying that because I'll tell you what, I have had one hell of a cold. I went to the doctor the other day, and no flu, no COVID, no nothing. I said, well, what's wrong with you? You got a cold. I said, well, what can we do about it? Same thing you've been doing about it with cold since you were born, boy. Go home, drink plenty of fluids, and get some rest. There ain't nothing we can do for it.
A little bit of NyQuil and some black velvet will put you right down.
There you go. Greg, do you remember what the score is I got on that? I don't remember.
I could go turn it on.
What's your highest score ever, Casey? Because I'm pretty sure it was at least 10 points higher than that. I don't remember what it was, but yeah, I had a good game. But good times.
Well, you know, an explanation for that real quick, if I can jump in, is that is the time that Bart came up to Kansas City area and visited and stayed with Cheryl and me. Kelly and him did. Kelly and Bart stayed with me and Cheryl. And I don't think we even told anybody because we went on our show live that night. And I think we set you up in one room with a laptop and me down here. And then all of a sudden you just came down and walked in and sat down next to me in the office. And it kind of, we played, we went to a pinball arcade. We hung out, we ate lots of food, and we played a lot of video games and pinball. So it was a good time.
Yeah, that was funny. We didn't tell Poe or Mike that I was up there, and yeah, I was in the basement on my laptop, and then just walked up into. Yeah, I didn't. It's not over 100,000, Casey. You got. I'm sure you got me. Yeah, but yeah, that was a good time. And for the record, even for Poe, because I had no idea that Greg was coming on tonight. You know, Greg and Mike always have an open invitation. And Greg and I did talk the other day. We had a good talk, first time in a while. And I reminded him he can come on in anytime, but I didn't know he was coming on until he popped in during the intro. So that's awesome.
Yeah, and part of the reason one of the reasons, being honest, is Sunday night kind of turned into family night and dinner. But dinner was done early tonight, and I don't know, Travis is going to be here a little bit longer. So I told him, he says, go on downstairs for about an hour, have a good time. I told him I'd be up about 7 o'clock or a little afterwards. So I figured I'd at least stop by and make a surprise. I kept thinking, like, I hope Bart notices me over here. I don't know what I don't have much control.
Right. Yeah, I saw it as well. It makes a tone in my ear when someone joins. And so I saw you up there. I was hoping you knew that but yeah. I didn't want to pop you in and then it messes up something. I didn't know what would happen if I popped you on, if it would switch the intro off. No, yeah, Derek said he's surprised there wasn't an update to the Gala bar top, like the Stranger Things pinball table where somebody's score got wiped off your pinball table.
And that, in all honesty, I'm telling you what, I was really shocked. I should have wrote Stern about that. Stern did an upgrade to the table, and they said it will not mess up any of your scores. It will, and it didn't. The high scores on the machine stayed the same, but they added some, what do you call them on a pinball machine? There's side games you can play. There's little different side games you can set it up for, since they're all basically electronic computerized devices now. And lo and behold, that's what Kelly had the high score on there for one of the side games, and I could not beat it. But when I went back after I did the update, they lied. It did keep the high scores, but all those little side quests, because it added some new side quests, and I guess that just, I don't know. Yeah. Away, and I was kind of bummed about it myself because I kind of like that up there, reminding me of you guys' visits. So be it. Yeah.
Now, Megan says Galaga and Miss Pac-Man are her two favorite arcade games. Love for Galaga stems from waiting for my mom to get done shopping and stand at the entrance playing the Galaga. I just want to give her bravery points for mentioning her mom in our stream, because you just never know when someone's mom is going to get thrown under the bus in our chat. Oh, wait, Phil's here. Stream just got even older. Mike's mom showed up again. Oh, that's hilarious. And yes, Mike, yeah, you got an open invitation too. You can come on whenever. I don't care. But let's see. Yeah, Bliss is here. So good to see you, Phil. And yeah, now it's just on.
I'm going to say something about a mom, but I'm going to keep this one straight. This is pretty cool. I do this. I think everybody pretty knows I retired from the fire department here in Kansas City, and there's a bunch of us old guys that go to lunch once a week. I don't join every time, not everybody, but they know it's a standing opening thing. And one of the guys that shows up at our group, he's older than I am. He's in his mid 70s, and he brought his mom with him. 101.
Oh wow!
101.
Wow.
So, needless to say,
Yeah.
she didn't pay for her own lunch. Let's tell you that.
Wow, that's awesome.
Isn't that kind of something? That's something you don't expect to hear and see every day. But when they told me, I said, he's coming and he's bringing his mom in. He's older than I am, and his mom's still around. Wow.
Yeah, we used to joke around up at the campground in Colorado. People would say, you should do something where people can win a free weekend stay or something like that at the resort. And I said, we do have one. And anyone that's 80 years old or over can come for free for the weekend if they bring their mom with. And no one ever took us up on it.
I don't know if this is true everywhere, but I did find out, and it's been a big pain in my butt since we moved out here to this county. They've been putting me and Cheryl on the jury duty roles. And what they do is they tell you that between such and such time and such time, you have to make yourself available. If you've made a trip for me to go somewhere, let's say I want to go to Pennsylvania or Texas or somewhere like that, someplace cool.
Right.
Oh, laugh. That's good. That's one. But you're screwed. You just, you had to sit there. And then they had a number that you're supposed to call every Sunday to see if you were brought up. Well, I got to reading on that last year. It says when you turn 70, you're exempt. So we're out this year. They ain't gonna be no. If I get that letter in the mail, I'm tearing a little bitty piece and throw it in the trash.
Well, you're out, but Cheryl's still only 29, so I don't know how that helps her.
She's not watching. I can tell you, she's older than I am.
Oh, I see. You're one of those.
Not by much.
Yeah, Kelly's older than I am too. I tell people just because she's the size of a 12-year-old doesn't mean she is a 12-year-old.
It sounds like you're in the same situation I am. It wasn't the age; it was she had money.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. All right, Mike will be back. Mike's going to eat his dinner. So, but yeah. So, talking about someplace cool. I know you meant cool like the Fonz cool, but Poe, is it still cold up there?
It's 47 in here right now, so
I'm surprised you're wearing that jacket.
Yeah, it's
well, you switched to a ball cap instead of your beanie cap, so there's that. I'm in a t-shirt because it's 75 degrees in here again. Just gorgeous day though, 70 degrees, clear skies, light breeze. It's like it doesn't get it. I'm like, why can't we get that year round?
Same thing here today. Same thing here. White puffy clouds, blue skies, 70 degrees, hardly any wind. Beautiful day.
Yeah. Yesterday was cold in the morning, but it was windy as fuck. So it felt really cold. But today is just gorgeous. So I made a mistake of reading Phil's Dollar Tree meeting Mike's mom. Oh, that's hilarious. He's not even here, so now's the time to throw out all the Mike's mom's jokes. Yeah. But do you have another blast of cold air coming, or what are they saying?
We're going to be warmer this week, up into the 50s. I think one day it's going to be close to 60, but then it looks like a week from now we'll be going back down into the 30s again. I think one day we're going to have a low of 15 again. So I've got to remind myself that it is still February, so
right.
It's kind of, when you start getting those warmer days, you're like, yeah, here we go. Here comes spring. But now you're still going to have some winter at least until April, probably. So,
yeah. Sometimes you can get tricked into that thinking, oh, cool, we made it through winter. And then you find out the hard way.
It's nice because that snowstorm that we got, what was that now? Gee, I can't even, 2-3 weeks ago. It's finally melting down. I mean, we still have some stacks here and there that, that were plowed or whatever, but yeah, it's finally melting off anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. See, we had a couple of days that were up close to 80, and I'm like, it's too soon for that. I don't want to be too hot yet.
Yeah.
I don't mind getting out of the deep freeze, but I'm not ready for summer in February.
Right.
But yeah.
We had a similar thing, but the only reason I was glad it got hot, I overheard Poe saying something about the plowed snow. We did get that significant amount of snow, and it was blocking my mailbox. The plows did, and I was glad to get that super hot day because that snow gets all that road dirt on it. It starts turning into a pile of black snow. Well, that black snow insulates it. It doesn't melt or evaporate very quick. So when it got warm, at least I could finally get back to my mailbox because, when the plows went through, they basically buried my mailbox.
Yeah. Hey, Polo's here.
Hey, Polo.
And if I'm trying to pay attention when people pop in, I figured since people can read the chat over there, I guess it is. I'm not putting all the chats up because everyone can read the chats. But when new people come in, I'll try to pop you up. So
Nice
if I missed you, sorry.
Nice to see you, Phil.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there it is. Yeah. Nice to see Greg on the show. And yeah. So, Bo, you got anything? You got we talked about your Game Station Go last week, right? A little bit.
Yep.
And now you got more stuff going on with that, right?
Yeah, I got the gamepad for it today, so was excited to do that, to get that. That's if you want to play it on your TV, well, I mean, you can play it. It's got a kickstand built into the Go, so you could use a controller without using a TV. But I like to play most of my stuff on the TV, and so it came today, and pretty much the same thing as your Game Station Go. The controller has all the same buttons on it. Stupid green screen, and just a little smaller. And really, it feels good. Usually you used to like a Pro controller, Xbox controller, PS5 controller. This looks a little weird and chunky, but it actually feels good when you're using the thing. And I tried it out today. I'll have a video out in the next day or two of me playing the thing, but it worked well for all the built-in games, for sure. And I did play some paddle games that I have on the SD card, like Kaboom from Activision. So, I'll turn it on. See?
Ooh, that's nice.
Awesome.
Shoulder buttons light up and everything. Oh, nice. You got this is a spinner. Wrong hand. Spinner up here, and then your D-pad, and this is a trackball. So you can play your arcade versions of Centipede and Millipede and Missile Command and everything with that. And so, yeah, I'm glad to have it. Like I said, it's a little different. But it's just like holding the Game Station Go itself. Same type of grip, just a little smaller. So
nice.
Works really well.
Looks cool.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem I saw people have with this thing is they're mad that they can't sync it for like PC play or on another system or anything. My Arcade made this specifically for the Go and for a little countertop arcade machine they have coming out this summer. A Target arcade machine. It'll work with that too. If that's it, yeah, you can't use it for Steam or anything like that.
Nice. Yeah. Well, that's pretty cool, though.
And they have a second model coming out. This is the black one. There's going to be one that actually matches the Go with like the white background and the 70s orange stripes and everything on the side. So
that's cool. That's cool. Let's see. I gotta get through the mom jokes to find actual comments. Awesome controller, or is it a remote? We don't know because Mike's Gaming Gala is not here to confirm.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, aside from the original paddles, with this Game Station Go, if you put games in a folder on an SD card, it's called a folder 2600 paddle games, and then you can put like Kaboom and everything in there. You know, it's really cool to have that little paddle right there. You wouldn't think from the looks of it that would be comfortable, but it is. You know, you just put your thumb and index finger on there and go to town like your mom.
Nice. Yeah, that controller is slick, says Derek. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That is awesome. Yeah, they're talking about Mike's mom's prices going up. It's ridiculous.
Everything's going up. It's inflation.
Everything's going up. Oh, yeah. So that's cool. I'm still waiting for it to drop down a little lower for me to jump in, kind of like I did with that 7800 plus. They throw it on some wacky 4th of July special for $50. I'm all over it.
Well, yeah, I'll let you know. I was keeping track of it just because I was waiting for the price drop, and I had people thank me for doing that. And then I haven't looked at it again since I bought it. So I'm like, well, I got mine, but I should keep up on that just to let people know, because if there's a nice price drop, you know, under 100, that would be great.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
I don't reckon it's going to get as low as that. Of course, but I don't think anyone expected that 7800 plus to go for $50 either.
Yeah, right.
That was just ridiculous, and had pretty much just a 1 day sale.
Right.
And I said I got to jump on it.
That's what she said.
Yeah, but so Greg might get one of those that gets down under 100, huh, Greg?
Yeah. I'm game.
Yeah,
it's really cool. You know, even playing in handheld mode, it's pretty awesome. It's got a nice little screen on the thing. You can actually see what you're doing. So
here you go, Poe. Does the Go play homebrew?
Oof. Yes and no. Some of it does, some of it doesn't. So an easy way to do that, everybody wants to play Champ Games. You download the demos straight from Champ Games. If you're not sure if it'll play on whatever it is, your Pi or whatever, your laptop or whatever you have, download the demos. They have all the demos for their games and their Champ Game Presents games on there. And put them on whatever you want to play them on, and you'll find out for yourself whether it's going to work or not. So
that's exactly what I did with the Pi, and how I found out that I needed to do some serious upgrading, changes to that Raspberry Pi.
Because those games use bank switching. So some of these systems just won't. They'll only read the original Atari cards. They won't read the more advanced cards like that. Yeah.
Megan said, I know no one cares, but the Atari VCS is $100 on the site right now. $99.99.
Nice.
You can use that.
Those are all selling out, so they're not making any more of those. I have one, and I do have a lot of games I downloaded for it, but really almost never touched the thing. It's like when I do have time to play something, it's either one of my old consoles or it's the PS5. So fortunately, that VCS has got a lot of dust, but it is a fun console.
Yeah. Now, Phil brought up, he saw where a lot can be side-loaded on the Go, including homebrews and Intellivision. Now, I know Poe's got something to say about that.
I know that there are people that have some Intellivision games that work. I put all the Intellivision games on there. And right off the bat, you'll see, I mean, you might get the splash screen, and then you don't have control of anything. So some of them they do, but it's people that are playing certain games on there. But you got that whole number pad and everything that's built in. You would think that Atari would use that for Intellivision games on there.
Yes, especially since they own Intellivision now, and
right.
It seems like a no-brainer. Phil has a VCS, hasn't turned it on in a year.
Yeah.
$99.99. That's $99.98 more than expensive than Mike's mom. Yeah, but it's interesting. I'm not I'm not huge on the handhelds, but that's why I say if the price got low enough, though,
And it has that HDMI out, so
yeah,
you want to play, connect it to a capture card or to your TV, you're good to go with it.
right, yeah,
And you don't have to have the other controller. If you're going to hook it to your TV and you don't, you hold that tablet. Now you won't have the picture on the screen anymore. Once you're hooked to HDMI, it'll just be on your television. Right, you have the controls right there.
Yeah, well, even though I'm not huge on handhelds, I would get it for that function, so I could take those games on the go, and be able to play Atari games and all that stuff while I'm traveling. Like, we're going to Phoenix this week, and I'm not going to bring the 7800 and my Intellivision and all that stuff with me. But usually
as far as the My Arcade Atari handhelds, this is the first one that takes an SD card, which is nice. The other one's nice form factor and stuff to them. Well, I have one here. I'll probably knock 50 things down when I pick it up. But one that came out a few years ago. This is their 50th anniversary, and it's a little dusty. But all you have on the thing is what came with it, what games are built in. There was no way to expand this, so you didn't have all of your Magic games or your Activision games, just whatever was built into the thing. Nice, right. Still almost like the same form factor, just smaller. But I used some of these on hospital stays, the flashback, broke my Switch, and they're nice to have. And that Go, I mean, at our age, you never know. So if you have a hospital stay, that Go would be perfect to take with you.
Right. Yeah. And coincidentally there, Poe, you use the same phrase that I use when I describe my wiener to Kelly. Same form factor, only smaller.
Right.
You talk about taking them to the hospital. I think last year, 2005, I broke the record for number of times the Switch has been at the hospital.
Greg, how are you? Are you still messing around a lot with your Switch too?
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, I've gotten ruined. I was basically a pinball guy when we started this, and you and Mike got to talking about all these other games, and I got the Xbox. I started playing a lot of games on that. Hogwarts is the latest one, as I've been playing on that. But with the Switch, though, I've been on the Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, and man, I've racked up some hours on that, and it is nice to be able to I took it. Well, actually, I didn't take it to the hospital last time. Kind of had to go there fast, but I called Travis up and I said, "Get my Switch and the charging thing." Well, do you want this? I said, "No, I just want the Switch and the charging thing. If I'm going to be up all night with nurses coming in and out, waking me up, I want to have something to do in between."
Yeah.
So it was. So yeah, I love the Switch too. I've had you. How about you? You got one now? Do you?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. But here's the thing: I bought it the last week that my son was home on leave in July. So we played the hell of it his last few days he was here. The new Mario Kart. I bought the camera for the thing, and I bought the new Donkey Kong for it. But then I only played the new Donkey Kong a handful of times over the months. I brought the thing up by my chair, but I have my dock down in my game room, and the thing wasn't charged. My daughter wanted to play Mario Party on it, and I'm like, oh, I've had it sitting here a couple months without it being charged. So I finally brought the dock back upstairs. But the thing is, now that my son, every Saturday night we were playing Mario Party online, where he's out there, and when my daughter had her apartment. And now that he has a girlfriend, we don't hear from him on the weekends very much. So that kind of slowed down our playing time. I thought maybe he would buy a Switch 2 also and get the camera, and he just didn't yet. But I do have it back on the charge. That Switch Online for the Switch 2, what they're adding Virtual Boy games.
Yes.
To that. And so I bought the new adapter from Nintendo. It should be here tomorrow. The little Virtual Boy headset or whatever.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Hey, Game On Forever's here.
Hey, how's it going, Game Freak?
Good to see you.
I've still got my other Switch, and that's probably the worst thing you got to remember to do when you've got more than one switch is to make sure that you've either got it set up to where you can go online and verify that you are who you say you are, so the game can be played on another device. Or if you're not going to have online access, you've got what do they call it? Your game card has to be transferred to the unit you're taking with you. And
yeah, I think my daughter just did that because I moved everything to the Switch 2. And one night she moved back in with us here. She wanted to play Mario Party with her boyfriend online. And I'm like, the Switch 2 isn't charged. So she grabbed the original Switch. And I think whatever you have to do there, moved it back to the Switch 1 or whatever at the time.
Right. Yeah, and fortunately for me, one of the nurses did come in and they gave me the Wi-Fi address or password for the hospital. And, I was able to log in. And then that took care of the problem because it let me, it's too hard for me to explain how it works. I just know it's a bit of a pain in the neck. I know why they did it. It's to keep multiple people from, but they do the same thing with Steam. The only difference is Steam, you don't have to prove. It just won't let you play on both devices. If you notice we weren't playing on one device, I fire up one of these pinball machines in the room in there that's on Steam. And then try to do it here on the computer. It says no comprende. Right.
All right. Man, I just realized you guys are both wearing ball caps, and I got a new ball cap, and I keep forgetting to bring it out here. So maybe somehow it could magically just find its way out here during the show, and then I can wear a ball cap too and fit in better.
Oh, and Bart, if you don't mind me saying, I'll tell everybody. Have a nice day. That's the one you need. You had a dream the other night, right? And you didn't remember anything else about the dream except what?
Yeah, I had no idea. I have no idea what I was dreaming. I know I was going somewhere, but I don't know who I was with. I don't know what the circumstances were, but I was wearing one of those Boston Scally caps.
Yeah, and I said to you, well, that meant that the Scally has chosen you. It comes to you in dreams. So you are now one of us. You must have Scallies.
Right. Yeah. I forget which one. There was one that I was really, really tempted, probably around Halloween time. I was really tempted to get, and but I didn't pull the trigger. I almost never wear hats. I wore a hat like 24/7 once I got out of the Navy, all the way up until I shaved my head. And then once I shaved my head, it just felt weird. So I never went back. But we'll see.
I have a few that I really love, like the Popeye one you and Kelly got me. Then the second Popeye one came out. I got that one too. This one is Rocky Marciano. I like this one a lot.
Somebody's knocking.
Hello, neighbor.
Oh, well, thank you. How did you guess?
The bird told me.
The birds told her. I got my fancy door lock system here, that wire. I still didn't buy a new door now. Greg, I don't know if you know what happened.
Didn't you tell her don't come knocking if the trailers are rocking?
That's right. For anyone that doesn't know why I use a wire for my door, we were getting ready to go live on the show, and I couldn't get in here because the handle broke. It wouldn't work. So I had to get a big old screwdriver and pop the door open. But Jason got me this hat. It's a SpaceX hat.
Oh, nice.
It's got the flag over there.
Oh, that's cool.
It says veteran on it. These are not, I have never worn it yet, so it might look goofy. But these are not for sale. And I'm just hoping no one from SpaceX that knows Jason is going to get him in trouble, because it's only for employees kind of thing. And he's a veteran. And so he's like, I guess he was able to snag two, because he got one for himself and he got one for me. So,
nice.
But I don't often wear hats. Look at me now. Look at me go. Look at me in a hat. This is me in a hat. I look much better in a hat, and this is complete sarcasm. I don't know.
I have a pair of sunglasses and an ice cream truck, and you're all set to go.
There you go. Let's see. Derek was saying here, I just want to put this up because there's some information. it can't imagine Steam on VCS being good compared to Steam on my PC that can hook to the TV too. And then Megan said you got to lower the power input to keep it from overheating. That's the first problem. Right around 40 watts keeps around 70 degrees. Anything above 50, you risk burnout. Now Greg's out of here. He's like, if he's going to wear a hat, I'm leaving.
Oh, didn't hit. I'm hitting my mute button because my computer started making a noise. I'm going to mute for a minute.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, this is another one of the shirts that they got me while they were in their. Man, this is all right. That's enough of the hat. It's bothering my head. When she got me that, what was that other one? Smart Donkey or something it said on it, or yeah. And this was one, and then a Millennium Falcon shirt, and then there's another one I haven't even looked at yet. They just put them in the drawer, and I'm picking up whatever one's on top, like I always do.
Yeah, I got 3 really cool T-shirts from my daughter and her boyfriend for Christmas, but they gave me it was a size too small. I'm like, what are you trying to say here? When I get to that beach body, I'll be wearing those T-shirts.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. My shirts, they're all the same size. It's just the number in front of the X just keeps changing. I don't know what that means.
Like Bliss says, Omar the tent maker makes my wardrobe.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And I was just talking to a girl at work today and telling her about how when I graduated high school, I was 6'1" and 144 pounds. And now my left leg weighs 144 pounds. Yeah, I saw that. Shelby is watching. Shelby's at work. Not at SpaceX. She's at Blue Origin. She made it through the big layoffs they had. But so she's still working over there.
Good.
And she'll be watching the homestead while we go to Phoenix because she keep an eye on the dogs for us. But anyway, now I guess were you done talking about the Game Station Go? We kind of got sidetracked.
Yeah.
But and the controller. Because I mentioned while we were talking about it, about my Raspberry Pi, which I used to have in a multicade. I got that Raspberry Pi to make a multicade. I had a multicade already that was running off a PC. And when that PC died, I got a Raspberry Pi and I set it all up and I had all kinds of games on it. And it was a great time. But then I got my iArcade and I don't need to have a home-built multicade anymore. And so I got the Pi and I put on 3 different pre-built type of RetroPie, and one was, oh man, I can't remember what they were, but I put on 3 different pre-built things so you could run all these games on the different emulators come built in, and none of them would play like the Champ Games stuff, and basically any of the homebrews wouldn't play. And I was fighting it for a long time because I just, I run the Raspberry Pi all through the Xbox controller. It boots into the emulation station stuff and all that, and you just use the controller. And finally I had enough. I said, man, I want to play these. When I tried to do that live stream last Thursday, and it kept failing on me because my laptop can't handle running OBS and running the emulators the way I had it set up. I said, I'm gonna get this Pi working one way or the other. And I spent most of the day on Friday morning, all the way up till about noon or 1 o'clock. And I got the newest version of Stella installed, and I got the A7800 emulator. And what I basically had to do is I had to pull. I took the keyboard out of here because that's the only USB keyboard I have. So I brought that in, and I had to run my Raspberry Pi doesn't have a Wi-Fi chip in it, so I had to wire it to my router. So I have like a 20-foot Cat 6 cable. Kelly gets up, and I got this cable running all across the house to get over to where the Raspberry Pi was. And it took quite a while, but I got it going and I tested it out, mostly using those demos. Like you said, you can download Champ Game demos. And I found out that some of those Champ Game demos are good enough, like the Keystone Coppers. I die before I get to the end of the demo anyway, so it's like a full game. You get a demo. If you suck bad enough, the demo's fine. But you're right, Derek. Those pre-built images, they have outdated emulators. And then because I'm on a Pi 3, I can't even get the newest version of Stella, but I could, which is 7.0 or 7.1. But I was able to get like the 6.4, which will run the Champ games. But yeah, so like Poe was saying, just download those demos. You can pop them on there. And if they work, they work. Then you're good to go. It's not like you're going to be able to play the demo, but if you pay for this ROM, it won't work. So it's pretty good. And I'm digging it. I actually recorded our little video that we have for today's show. I recorded using my Pi and grabbing it, capturing it, and doing it on OBS just the same way. I just have a HDMI switcher. I can go from the 7800 Plus to the Intellivision Sprint to the Raspberry Pi. So it's...
Yeah, I thought about it often, getting a Pi. I don't know why I never have, because I love messing with stuff and I love playing the old games. I think it just came down to I have so many like EverDrive cards, flash cards and stuff for the original systems. I never did it, but it was real convenient to have that in a different room other than my game room if I wanted to play something real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, Derek said you can probably get a mini Office PC for cheaper than a Pi now. Yeah, they are expensive. The Pi 5s are like $100 or more. But I did find a place, and I did a search on it to find out if it was a legit site or if it's one of those places that says, oh, yeah, we sell all kind of electronics, and the name of the company is like Joe's Flower Shop. And you're like, what the fuck? But everything said it was legit, and they had Pi 5s listed for $60. But yeah, certain Champ games won't run in 6.4. The newest ones struggle. If it's over 64K, then it can be a problem. Okay, yeah, I didn't test all of them. I only tested a handful. So, and I eventually, if the game gets to be too much, I'm worried that my the Pi just won't handle it, because mine's a Pi 3. So, let's see. Oh, Kelly says, the big question is, Greg, when are you going to start driving truck stim again? Inquiring minds want to know.
Before I can do that, I haven't been down here in a year, it's when all this surgery started on me. This place is a mess. And even to get to the desk, I had to move the steering wheel away. I've made a second station back here behind me. So I'm trying to kind of copy off of Bart. I'm trying to set up my flight sim on one and my truck on another. I'm trying to get things organized and picked up in here. But yeah, I will be doing it again soon. I haven't even upgraded any of the DL.
Uh-oh.
It's working. Really, I sat and watched some of my old stuff. Talking about being weirdo, I sat and watched my old YouTube videos. And I really want to fly X-Plane again. And I don't know why. I'm just eager to get back get in the air again.
Yeah, it is fun. And I haven't done either one in a long time. Wait, Derek. Derek says, good question, Kelly, but I need to ask myself that question too. I thought Derek did do some truck driving, because Gideon posted a little video of Derek driving truck in the Discord. I thought that was Derek. I don't know if you saw that one, Greg. Gideon posted a video of someone trying to back a trailer, and he between two other trailers. This is a real thing, and he's hitting everything and just slamming into stuff. Stuff's falling out the back.
When we were on strike, I went to work at a lumber store in the lumber yard, not far here from home. We had this truck driver come in, and she was new, I guess. She was trying to pull into our loading dock, and she drove up over the fender of our manager's Jeep with the thing. Then she went to the other store, our other store that's probably about 15 miles away. And they said she jackknifed down there and had like a traffic jam all this miles behind. So I don't think she stayed employed very long for that company, but that was some truck stimming right there.
Yeah. Megan, it's before you discovered us, but if you go back in time, you can find a lot of truck stim video. I used to do truck stim video almost every day for a while.
So much so that on our old show, old Poe had to do it on the he played trucking on the Intellivision.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. And you had a whole On the Road Again song. Got us copyrighted. Even though you changed the lyrics.
Before I have to go though, I do have a question I want to ask you because I've got kind of confused. This is a pinball question.
Okay.
I got Pinball FX3, I got Pinball M, I got Pinball FX. And I got them on various platforms. But I've decided that I want to get my Steam updated with the latest pinball. But what I'm curious about is I'm looking at the side of the stuff for sale, and I'm not understanding. Are some of these games look familiar to me? Are they the new ones that came out? Some of them already on FX3 or on Pinball FX, and now they're on M as well. I mean, some of these titles I'm seeing look like they're
the newest pack for VR is an old pack, right?
The Bethesda pack.
Yeah.
And they also not only did they release it for VR, but they released it for Pinball M also. And on Steam, I'm not exactly sure because that's how far out of it I am. I haven't even bought them yet. But there was some issue with Steam where they weren't releasing. You can't do the Pinball M and Pinball FX as one purchase. You know, they've been trying to do that, and Steam won't let them do that. So they were trying to work something out, and at one point they weren't even the new Bethesda tables, which I think are the old Bethesda tables, just ported up to FX.
I'm looking at it right now, the Bethesda tables, and yeah, they are. They look to me like the same. Maybe the graphics are updated a little bit, but
yeah, but I don't know if they were saying that it wasn't going to release on Steam just Pinball FX at the same time as all the other platforms because of something going on with I don't know what. If it was to try to get it, so if you buy it on M, you also get it on FX, but it wasn't working. But they released it on every other platform.
Yeah, they did that before with some other games. There were some other games that when you got them on both platforms.
Yeah.
Well, for example, though, let me just say this. I'm looking at Steam right now, and it's showing me Bethesda Pinball combines 3 stunning tables, yada, 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 Fallout, Doom. It says new and $8.54, but it won't let me buy it. It's got no place to hit to buy it.
Yeah, maybe they still haven't released it then. Yeah, they did say in the Pinball Bytes show that it was. I don't think they said it, but people noticed when they put the fine print on the screen on all the platforms, and Steam FX was not listed, and people were noticing that. I planned on buying it for VR and Pinball M anyway. Was my plan, but I just didn't get around to doing it.
I'm looking at Camp Bloodbrook here. It's on sale for $1.99. And
here we go. Henry just said, thanks for chiming in, Henry. GPK, not available on Pinball FX yet, only on M.
What's that? The Bethesda? Is that what he's saying?
Yeah, talking about the Bethesda tables.
Yeah, I didn't jump on it this time either. There was a time where new tables came out. I mean, jump right on it. But I think, you want new tables. I mean, it's nice, but we already have these tables. So
you're right. Yeah.
It's got two of them that I see that I don't have. Well, just anybody wants to know. I don't have Camp Bloodbrook, and I don't have System Shock. $2.19 and $1.99. Also, Chucky's is for $2.9. They're all 60% off.
That was
Chucky's,
nice.
Dead
No,
by
it's a good
Daylight,
time.
System Shock. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's just been so long since I came out here. The only time I've been coming out was when Zachary was releasing their new tables. And then I'd come out, play them once and make a video, and then I'd never come back out because I've been 100% with. I got the Intellivision Sprint and I got that Atari 7800 Plus at the same time, so I'm playing just old school games constantly. But yeah, so and there was a lot of chat going over there between Megan and Derek talking about truck stimming. Megan plays on a controller. She doesn't have a steering wheel. Yeah, that's the way to go, steering wheel. And you get a direct drive steering wheel. It's nice. It is nice. These have gone up, though. I bought this Camus wheel and pedal set. It was like $350. Now I think they're $500 for the same set. So, yeah, Henry, did you get one ordered? I heard some people were able to snag some over the last couple weeks. Some people got some Sprints, and I don't know where exactly they found them. So, yeah.
Did you see that Rev was doing his physical Sprint releases?
Oh, is he? I did not see that yet.
Yeah, now you have to watch carefully because Casey will announce these as soon as they go up. It's on Rev's eBay account. It's a different name on there. But
Oh, yeah.
Casey will announce it usually after I go to bed, and by the time I get up, they're all gone. And that's what happened at first this time. I think that Hotel Bunny, is that what it is, was the only one left. And then he came back on there a few hours later today, and he said he's restocking now. And I went on there, and Intellivision was on there. So even though I have the cartridge, I went ahead and I bought the little drive from him. It comes with a little box and overlays and everything.
Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah. I did see that thing that Casey posted on Facebook, and I was looking at it a little bit, but I was at work, so I didn't have a lot of time to mess with it. But I do want to get some of those because I just think it'd be cool with the box and all that.
Yeah, you get the overlays. It's always nice to have.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So I didn't get those Bethesda tables yet. That's the short answer, Greg. I didn't get them yet. I plan on getting them on M for sure, and probably VR because I get everything on VR, and so that's my plan.
I'm trying to figure out the Bethesda are Doom, Skyrim, Fallout, and Wrath of the Elder Gods. Am I right on that?
Is Wrath of the Elder Gods part of that? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I don't know. I can find out here in a little bit. But it's
yeah. And I did hear from a little birdie told me that Greg might have got his haptic kit for his, but he hasn't been able to put it in yet because he's been busy.
Yeah, I did get it, and I watched a video on how to do it. And these guys look like they were pretty savvy, and I'd like to think I'm good at putting stuff together, but I'm one of those guys that has to read the instructions 6 times, move at the speed of nothing, and make sure I don't screw anything up, because you got to drill into the case of this thing. And they tell you if you one wrong move, and there's no replacing that bottom case.
Well, I did watch somebody's video on it too, Greg, because I knew you were waiting for yours. They have that with a sticky template on there,
right? Yeah, they do have
to tell you where to drill. But then whoever I was watching was saying you have to watch on the one hole because there's a button right up above it. You don't want to drill into the wires of that button.
I just know that it seemed like there was a lot to it between the cold when it arrived. I had some stuff going on, and then I said, "Oh, I'll get a chance to do this." Then I got the cold, and there's nothing worse than hanging over a table with your head hurting and your nose dripping onto the table. That gross stuff. So I just left it set, and but I am going to get it out soon because I am excited about it. Not to get too much detail, I ended up at the doctor's and an overnight stay in the hospital this year because I got vertigo. And didn't you have some dizziness, Poe? I know you said at one time. Did you ever have vertigo?
Yeah, I still have that. Now, they did the vertigo test. They gave me the Meglazine or whatever. And the exercises for it, that stuff did nothing for it. So it still hits me several times a week. Yeah.
Well, they had me do those exercises. I know what you're talking about, and it did help me. But the doctor told me, I told him I like to play a lot of VR games, and he said I'd kind of lighten up for a little bit on those until you're sure you got all your, especially if you're going to be standing, which most of this I can do sitting, but it's just the fact that I don't want to throw up. I mean, the day that I had it, I woke up out of bed and rolled over just to throw my feet out of bed and get up. And the whole room was spinning.
Yeah.
And I thought, man, with my health history, I thought, I better go to the hospital and get checked. And Cheryl said, well, we're driving. I said, nah, when you're on Medicare and you get your ambulance services paid for, that's a front of the line kind of deal. So I just had the ambulance take me straight in, and I got my testing all done within 10 minutes after I got there. He said, yeah, you got vertigo. Turn your head this way, turn your head this way, turn your head this way, turn your head this way. How do you feel? A lot better. Okay.
Yeah, they give you those exercises to do. Yeah, I tried that. When they first thought that that's what I had, she had me kind of like fall back on the table when she watched my eyes. And I guess my eyes kept going. And she said, that's a sign of vertigo. But then when I did everything they told me to, they're like, maybe it's not vertigo. We don't know.
Yeah, you talk about your eyes waggling?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the weirdest experience. They forced me into a vertigo experience.
Yeah.
Hospital. And they said there was a nurse and a doctor, and they were both like, like that old camera thing, like they're right in your face, their noses are big or whatever. And they're right there. They go, yep, his eyes are waggling. Yeah. What the hell are you talking about? It was a weird feeling, and it was more than. I got a friend who told me that he has a friend that has that all the time.
Yeah.
And I said, man, if I had that all the time, I'll tell you what, it'd be time for me to thinking about an exit strategy. I don't know if I can do that or not. But anyway.
Wow.
So,
Nice.
Anyway, so yes, I'm going to try to get that put together because I'll tell you what, as far as the look of what it's going to give me, it's going to give me the ability to launch the ball with a
Actual plunger.
Yeah, plunger. Thank you. Gee, many Chris. Yeah, I think it's going to be really cool. So, and plus the feeling, the haptic feedback.
Right. Yeah. So that'd be interesting. That'd be a lot of fun. I think Derek said he's going to order one that already has a haptic kick in it, so he don't have to mess with it. Yeah. Let's see. Henry had said his dad is having vertigo too. Bliss had to quit playing chess because it was causing his blood pressure to go too high. And let's see. Megan saying, yeah, I know the vertigo is horrible. It's been better in the last few years, but I used to get sinus issues that caused it. Ugh. Yeah.
Well, Bart, you were in the Navy, weren't you? That's right. You were. I remember, and I know you weren't really on a ship much, but I remember the first time I experienced that it was weird. On the fire department, I happened to be assigned to the rescue boats for a while, and we had them out on the river here in town. And the river's like flowing east to west. The wind's blowing from west to east, and the clouds are going this way. The water's going this way, and the wind's blowing another way. And I remember the guy driving the boat turned it real fast. We did like a 180 to turn around. And I remember all that stuff was going on at the same time. And I remember just hurling over the side of that boat. I mean, just it was like we just gone to some barbecue joint before we went on the drill and ate a whole bunch of barbecue. And everything was going different directions, I said. So I just wondered, of course, she weren't on a ship much, but I could imagine people on ships would experience that sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. I would imagine. I got seasick really bad when I was young going over to Catalina Island taking that boat over, and it was really rough, and I got sick. But I got to do in the Navy because I was air crew, and my airplane was too big for a tail hook, so that's why I was never on boats. But I went through all the training through air crew school, and we got to do this one. They called it the spin and puke because there were 8 pods in this thing, like an octopus, and they had a window on it. And when they first started, it was kind of funny because they'd show you how those hairs and stuff that determine, motion and all that, how they become accustomed to the motion. And they had us spinning around slow. So this wasn't the puke part. The spin and puke was at the end when they just get you going really fast. But you're going, and there were these lines on the wall. So as you're going, you see these lines go by. And they had you go for like 2 or 3 minutes. And you have a joystick like you're flying a fighter jet. And they're like, push the stick the direction you think you're moving. And you're watching these things go by. So you're moving to the left. And then all of a sudden you feel things change. And the lines stop moving. So you're like, okay, we're not moving at all. And then you feel things change again, and the lines start going the other way. And so you're like, okay, I'm moving this way. And what turns out what it was they had you going about 10 miles an hour around the side. And the lines on the wall were actually going 5 miles an hour. So when you felt the first jolt and the motion stopped, you were just going the same speed as the lines, but it felt exactly like you stopped.
Right.
And then they do stop you, and the lines kept going, and it felt like everything in your body saying, no, I am moving this way. And they also did stuff where they would close the window then, and they'd have you facing forward, and you're spinning, and they would speed up really fast, and they tell you, okay, now you try to hold altitude. And when they sped it up really fast, it felt like you went nose up in an airplane. So you'd push down. And they said that's what kills fighter pilots because they'll hit the throttle and it puts them in their seat. They think they're climbing and they'll dive into the ground. And vice versa. You slow down rapidly. You think you went nose down. They pull up and then they stall their aircraft. So it was really fun to see how your inner ear controls all that stuff. And then at the end, they're like, okay, hold on to your butts. Here we go. And they just get you going, and about 3/4 of the people throw up in that thing. So, but yeah, it was interesting learning how all that stuff works.
Well, they told me at the hospital, and this is what Poe was talking about, that exercise you do. They said there's 2 in your inner ear. There's 2 little sacs of fluid that are connected by some little tunnels or whatever. And there's little calcium deposit balls that float around in there. And they're what's telling you, like you said, you see something spinning. Well, what's telling you it's spinning? Well, it's your eyes, you're seeing it. Well, these little balls also sense what's level. So if you're looking, if you move your head this way and that ball gets stuck and you move your head back this way, your eyes are seeing level, but your head's saying you're this way. So that's why your eyes start waggling, because they're saying, no, I got to be this. Oh, no. Oh, shit. Oh. And they start going back and forth. And that reason for having you do that exercise is supposed to reset those crystals in your head. So I have a stack. Yeah, I see Intellivision Gamer.
Yeah. It's interesting stuff, but anyway, yeah, that was my experience through Erica's
truck stem to chest talk here, so totally different talks.
There's a lot of chat going on over there while we were talking about medical stuff, and they're just saying, no, we're going to talk gaming.
Funny thing, I don't think we ever mentioned it, Bart. The last time we got together to play Walkabout, we found a chessboard that you can actually play.
That's right.
Each other. We didn't record that for the video, but it was there before we started golfing. So
yeah,
if you want to play chess,
it was going great right up until Poe threw his pieces at me.
Let's to go back to this health and gaming thing. I think you and I discussed this one time, Bart. I got a flight simulator on the Quest headset. It's you're flying against Japanese Zeros. They're old aircraft, and you've ever watched on TV these guys flying these jets, these fighter jets. A plane goes by them real quick. They're like this, looking through the top of their canopy. Well, I had that happen one time. A plane, not a jet, but was coming at me, and I watched him go by. It was like it freaked me out. Well, that same thing happened that day. I mean, I had to rip that headset. I started sweating, and I like pulled that thing off quick. So.
Yeah, I had that same experience, but it was a World War I fighter, and I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be great. And the first time I turned and then looked over my shoulder, I was done. I had to take the headset off.
I said that wrong. I said that wrong. These were World War I. I bet it's the same program. These were World War I.
Yeah, and as anyone who's played VR knows, if you start feeling that way, you got to just stop. You can't fight through it because you're like, no, I got this. I'll just calm down for a minute, and then you're just fucked up for 2 hours. It's like you just got to stop.
Yeah, I feel bad for people that get that all the time. I know Gaming Road Warrior gets it quite a bit also, and my son does. My son wants to be a big VR fan, but he just can't. Most games he can't handle like that.
Yeah, some people have it really, really bad. And that's why I like games like the golfing, because it's anything that you move manually and not using the sticks is a lot better. I had that Tea of the Gods game, and that one you set up your room space, and then you're basically walking through a maze and stuff like that, but it makes the walls inside your area so you're not going to walk into stuff, but you physically walk through the game. So there's none of that. When you turn, you're turning and looking. It's no different than just sitting in your house, So those are much better. But yeah, when the yanking and banking and looking over your shoulder while you're turning this way, and oh my goodness, that got me quick. But that new flight sim, and Greg, you might want to check that out. It's only like, I want to say $15, but they got a new flight sim on the Quest. When you get approved to get back to it, and you can fly in Cessnas and stuff. So it's not the yanking and banking, and it's mainly focused around the San Francisco area, but you can fly across the bay and land at the Oakland airport. And it's not photorealistic, of course, because it is a native Quest, and it's not exact, but it's close enough. I went online to SkyVector, and I looked at the Oakland airport, and I looked at the San Francisco airport and found out the range it was and the heading you needed to take. And then I took off from Oakland, and I went to that heading and flew, and there it was. So it is scaled, and it's not photorealistic and 100% accurate, but the airports are relative to each other in the right places, and you can fly around, and it's pretty cool. Yanking and banking. Yeah.
You're supposed to bank before you yank.
Yeah.
So that you have something to yank too.
Right. Right. Do VR gameplay have gameplay options for people like me who can only use one eye? Inquiring minds want to know. I would wonder if you played a game, especially something that's relatively calm like Walkabout, I would think you would lose some depth perception. But I don't know why you wouldn't be able to play it. It would just almost be like you're inside of a flat screen game. You don't have the depth necessarily, but part of the coolest thing for me is when we're all playing, Walkabout, is the fact that, if me and Poe and Greg are playing Walkabout and Greg's putting and Poe's over here giving him shit, I can look over and see Poe, right, and I can look over here and see Greg. And even though they're just floating heads, you kind of almost forget that that's what it is, and you feel like you're in the same spot.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how cartoony the game is. It feels like you're in whatever that world is. We even talked about it when we had our old show, that we talked about doing a segment or a whole show in VR where it's just us sitting around talking with each other. Right. And maybe have Kelly or somebody as like the camera person, right, while we're standing there talking.
That's true, they've got that room in there that you can set up. I've played with it a few times. You can actually put on a movie. You can link it up to like your computer and show a movie, and then I can invite all my friends, and we can sit in the movie theater. And I think you can.
I always wanted to do that.
You can throw popcorn at each other. You can shoot the
shit. I think you and Bart did do that, didn't you? You were throwing tomatoes or something at each other.
I think we did one time do something.
Yeah, we did. Big screen. Yeah. But yeah, we were talking about just going to one of our lairs, the home base area, and just sitting around. Yeah, and I think we said Kelly could log in on hers, and that she would be the recording angle. So when we're talking, she would be like a camera pointing at us, like we were in a TV studio or something like that. And there's cameras pointed. That would be cool. But yeah, we just never did it. Big surprise. Plans that never happened.
That's my channel. I'll say, hey guys, I'm going to do this soon. Soon is a year and a half to never later.
Right. All right. Yeah. So now they're talking about some VR stuff.
So, Greg, did you ever get into any of the Castlevania games?
On
Nintendo Switch or?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, when you say get into them, I've played them. Yes.
Okay.
Aren't there some of them on the online?
I'm pretty sure they're on the
I
online.
think that's where I play. If I remember right, when you mentioned the Castlevania, but I think Mike. I think I was involved in a conversation with Mike one day, and I think I bought something for the Switch that had Castlevania.
There was the collection, the Castlevania collection that came out.
Yeah, I think
I know Mike is big time into that. That's just leading into, we always say we need to get some gaming news on here that's fresh, and I always forget. But there was finally a new Castlevania game announced.
Oh, nice.
Belmont's Curse, I think it's called, coming soon to consoles. So,
oh, that's awesome.
Look forward to that.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I hadn't heard about that. Yeah. So Mike's fill in on how he was saying he thought it would be like watching a 3D movie without the glasses, but now each eye has its own image. So if you close one eye while you're playing it, everything looks just as clear. Everything's fine, but I don't know. Yeah, like I said, the depth perception would probably be off, but a game like Walkabout, I think that would affect you maybe if you're playing Beat Saber or something like that, where you got to time things that are flying at you. That might be harder without the stereoscopic, but a game like, golfing games and stuff like that, you would probably lose maybe a little bit of the sense of scale, which
there's something for everybody there, but yeah, you would probably lose that sense of scale. But if Bliss, if you wanted to go on there and do like side quest side loads, you could be playing your retro games on a giant screen TV is the way it looks to you. So something like that, you'd probably enjoy it.
Right. That's true. You can do that stuff. And of course, pinball, you can play the pinball on there. And again, you may not see the depth quite as good, but you would still have the ability to move your head and look underneath the ramps and stuff, and something that when you're playing flat screen pinball, you can't see because the bumper's hiding it. You lean forward. You can look over that bumper. You can look over or around things. So you would still get that 6 degrees of freedom, but it just wouldn't maybe be quite as 3D looking.
Right. The best thing to do, if you know somebody, give it a try on theirs before you, and that really goes for anybody, because you don't know how you're going to react, if you're going to get sick or not. So before you spend $300, $400, $500, you might want to try it before you buy it for sure.
Yeah.
And if you're thinking, you get into you find someone that has a Quest and they're like, hey, he has Walkabout Mini Golf, let me try that. And you get in there and you're like, oh, I don't have this motion sickness at all. Then point your club straight up and push forward, so you start flying, and you might discover that you do get motion sickness.
The first time I hung out, it was Bart, Poe, Mike, and myself, and they told me I was standing somewhere. Well, the first thing I did was I was looking next to me, and there's I don't stand very good. I got bad legs. There was a split rail fence next to me. Well, I leaned against it. That son of a bitch ain't really there. I took 2 or 3 side steps, like, oh. And then these guys said, oh, try this, and push that button up. And next thing I know, I'm floating. I'm in the air, and I completely lost. I said, "Oh, how do I get?" I think there's a button you can push that'll bring you right back down or something. I'll have to study that before I do that again.
I had the one when the new Batman VR game came out for the Quest 3. I was playing that in my living room. And one of the things is they'll give you an indication. If there's a bad guy coming up from one of the sides from behind you, it'll flash blue or whatever. And that means you need to punch in this direction right now to hit them. And I did, but I punched and beat the living shit out of, well, there's no living. The floor lamp hit the ground, the light bulb broke and everything. So I had to pause the game and hurry up and fix that mess before the wife came home. But
Yeah.
you got to watch.
Well, and I don't know if you remember the story. I'm sure I told you the first day I got the Quest, my Quest 2, because my son got one, so I got one. And I was playing a free little baseball game. All you do is pitch and bat. There's no fielding involved. But when you're in 3D and you're in this environment and you throw a pitch and the guy hits a line drive over your head, your instinct is I'm going to try to catch it, even though you couldn't catch it. And I went right into the ceiling fan. Blam! Day one, I almost shattered my freaking...
Yeah, I remember one Saturday night, I think it was the first time I ever played bowling on there. And that's back when you and Kelly worked your other jobs. So we were able to play on a Saturday night. And I played in my bedroom. I think that was the first and only time I ever played in my bedroom. And I go to bowl,
Yeah,
and I hit my hand.
told us.
Yeah. I went to bowl, and I smacked my wife's dresser, and I blew the battery compartment thing off of the hand, and the controller and everything. Batteries were out of the thing. Just that hurt. So you just gotta watch.
Derek said last time sorry, Greg, real quick. Last time he played with the guys, his balls kept getting stuck. We told you not to sit on the lawn chairs with no pants on. You're risking that anytime you sit in slatted chairs.
You know, Derek, that was like 14 months ago too, right? That was the Christmas one.
Christmas before this last one, 2024 Christmas.
And I've invited you, Derek. I've invited you. You're always too busy.
Right.
I think what's fun though is that cornhole. The only thing is we've had trouble when we get too many people in there. It seems like it's froze up on us a few times. I wonder if they've fixed that.
Yeah, that was fun though. That is a fun game to play.
I was upset because that finally came to PSVR 2, but it isn't cross-play. You can't play with guys on Quest. So, and I didn't realize that. I double dipped so that I would be able to stream it if we played, and then found out I wouldn't be able to play with you guys on it that way.
What I was going to say earlier, you talk about hitting something. I remember Nintendo Switch, the sports game. We had bowling, tennis, and we were doing the bowling. Matter of fact, I think a group of us played bowling. That's the nice thing about the Switch too, is Travis and I have been playing. He's been at home, I've been here, and the chat feature. You know, we had to do it on the phone because we tried using their app. It was horrible. But anyway, Cheryl was playing the bowling game, and it says right on that sports game, every time you start it up, it says, make sure you strap your Joy-Con onto your wrist. Make sure you strap it on. And, you know, you said, they're like, okay, I get it. Cheryl rolled that bowling.
Oh, no.
And didn't hurt it. I mean, evidently they're tougher than I thought. But when the noise it made and everything, I thought, oh, crap.
I don't think I've ever used the straps on the Joy-Cons. The Wii remote, or the Wiimote for the Wii, we had those in the very first Christmas I got that for the kids. They were playing right after we had Christmas dinner. So I'm with my wife and the in-laws. We're still at the table. And one of my kids, son or daughter, they're pretty little. All of a sudden, I could see from where I was in the dining room to the living room. I see a Wiimote flying across the room right into the TV screen. They didn't have the wrist strap on. But luckily, we had one of those Wiimote condoms on the thing. So it just kind of bounced off the screen and was fine. But,
right. Hey, Casey asked what you're drinking, Poe.
I have Gatorade here. I did have a beer earlier when I was talking to Bart in the green room, but mostly I do the Gatorade. You know, I'm old and I'm fat and I'm a bricklayer, so I get leg cramps sometimes at night. I make sure I have my electrolytes and hydration going on.
Then Casey also said, I love me some VR, although Casey never joins us to play Walkabout or any games because I guess he thinks we're just not worthy.
Yeah, he has like 26 headsets at his house and won't ever play with us.
Yeah. He says we all have one in the house.
I bet you he would play if they did somebody probably made an Intellivision emulator for that thing by now. Just have to look.
Yeah. But yeah, we need to get back into it. I'm sure. Well, we're just probably a few weeks away from another new course on Walkabout. Although they did say that they're going to slow down. So
I don't think. No, I didn't play the latest one. Right? It had coconuts.
Yeah. Yeah. Kelly and I played. So it's a pretty cool course. It's a cool course. It's got what plants crave. That's right. Electrolytes.
It's got electrolytes.
That movie, people think that's a comedy movie. It's a freaking documentary that's playing out live.
I absolutely love that from the time it came out, right? He tells me he's drinking water. You like in the toilet?
I keep channel surfing trying to find Al My Balls, and I can't find it.
He goes into the prison, and he's in the line there, and he sees the fat guy sitting on somebody's head, and the fat guy points at him like he's next. So then he goes and tells the guard, I think I'm in the wrong line. I'm supposed to be getting out today, not coming in. They're like, you dumbass. And they let him right out of prison.
Yeah. Which I thought was just ramping up the whole, I wondered if they got that idea from Life of Brian when that guy was like, no, I'm due for release, and they let him go.
Yeah.
He's like, wait, no.
The other thing is when he sees that billboard for some brand of cigarette, that always cracks me up too, because the slogan for the cigarette is, if you don't smoke this brand, fuck you. That's all it said on the billboard.
Oh, that's hilarious. That is hilarious.
Well, just a point of information. While that last little segment was going on, I just clicked it, did let me download Pinball M, all the Bethesda tables. So
nice.
It did let me do it. Now, it didn't say I'm going to get them on. That's the thing. They got Pinball FX3, FX, and FX Pinball M, and they're putting some out on both. If they give them to me, fine, but I don't see any reason to have them both on Pinball M and on Pinball FX.
Yeah, and if I have a choice, I always buy the M.
Yeah, me too. And the FX3, the only reason I buy the new ones, even if they're on FX3, is because of the tournament situation. At least, the tournaments are screwed up. That's my opinion. But
right.
I'm really aggravated about the Switch thing. The Switch thing, and Bart and I talked about that when we were talking the other night. It's annoying that I can't set up a tournament on my Switch that the people on Steam or Epic can play on.
Right.
On this platform, and you see, it's because it's not as good on the Switch, so it'll be unfair to other people. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Because I've played both platforms, the same game, and scored higher scores on the Switch. It just doesn't.
Yeah. Well, people take things too serious. It's like,
that's the thing, right?
If someone beat me, I don't care what platform they're playing on. They just beat me. Yeah. I don't care. And
the three of us are pretty used to being beat all the
time. Yeah. I mean, Derek's here. He's the anchor. He holds up. He's the foundation of all of our tournaments. He's always down there at the bottom holding us all up. So
yeah, and then you take and you throw the chaos factor in there, and now you got somebody really scraping them up.
Right? Yeah.
What's this? The unique Joker? Is that a different Joker than we had before?
Oh, no, Joker's here.
The Joker.
That is Joker. That is our Joker that we see in Discord. Have to leave now. See you all in the Discord. Well, I didn't even see that you came in, Joker. So if I missed your chat earlier, sorry. And good to see you. And we'll see you in the Discord. And yeah. But
which brings it to me. I'm going to have to bug out here pretty quick. So thanks for letting me butt in at the last minute without any warning. But
happy to see you here.
Yeah, no worries at all. So anyone who's not familiar with Greg's channel is G Parker's Arcade Room. There is a link in the description below on all of these streams and all of my videos. There's a link to Greg's channel, and pretty much everyone who's in here that has a channel is linked below. So check out his stuff, because
I clicked the wrong link because I was gonna do a hanging out without Poe and Offgrid, and I screwed that pooch. So that's the way it goes.
yeah, you ended up here. Sorry, we should apologize to you.
Well, we need to play something together one day.
Yeah,
That's for
I'll
sure.
tell you what, like I say, that's one thing is I don't want to jinx myself, but I've told myself I'm not going back to the hospital in 2026, and that already happened. But I'm not going back anymore. So they can either take me to the hospital or plant me somewhere. I don't know, but I'm tired of hospital.
Right.
Use me for fertilizer. I don't care. All right, it's good to see you guys. And I'll tell you what, I talked to Bart the other day, but it's good to see you, Poe. You're exceptionally handsome as usual. I know that
Oh, thank you.
most of the old women that watch our show are pretty excited when they see you show up.
Is there a show in
Once
here?
you came back, we got all the Kenny Rogers fans back. So
Yeah. All right, you guys have a good night, and I don't know if you guys are on for a while longer. I'm gonna be sitting up there with the family. I may turn my phone on and not let them know what I'm doing. And
Yeah, we've only been on for an hour and a half, so we still have 4 hours to go.
we got to go until an hour before I have to get up for work. That's
did
always.
Poe have any videos he's going to show tonight that are 3 hours long?
There will be a video, but I had to keep it down. Bart and I both have something going into that, so I knew I did edge over probably my time limit just a hair. So, but
Yeah. So yeah, that video will be playing here shortly. So,
well, I may sit there and have mine on for a little bit, but I better get upstairs and attend to the family issues. So, you guys have a good night. Thanks to everybody in the chat. We'll see y'all later. Have a good one.
all right, we'll see you, Greg. Is he clear? Can we talk shit? Oh, he is. He's out. He's like, what?
He's out. He's out of here.
Yeah, it's always good to see Greg.
Oh,
We've
definitely.
been friends with Greg for years. And
that was a nice surprise because, like you said, I hadn't heard from him for a while. So we used to all chat all the time.
Yeah, he contacted me on Thursday, and we set up and we talked on Friday through Restream, and he told me a little bit about his vertigo issues and all that, and why he'd been kind of MIA for a while. So hopefully he's through all that. So, but anyway, we do got a video as we hinted towards, because we're going to bring back and maybe do a challenge, right? A little challenge thing going on. And
for us, it's a little bit different. I think we're just doing we're turning it on and playing at once, not your best score type thing here. I mean, maybe that could change.
Right. Yeah, we did Poe and I did a one shot and out kind of thing. But it'll be like everything else. Anyone else, if you watch this video and you want to play, post a score in the Discord, and I'll throw up a spreadsheet as people do. We didn't even talk about how long this is going to go on. I figured for this first one, maybe we'll just go on until people stop playing.
Yeah, this one's kind of just the practice run. Well, after you see the video, we'll explain a little bit with this. It's not like you can just keep going in this game, right? You can't.
Right. This one is kind of a different case. So should we go ahead and play it, you reckon?
Yeah, let's go for
it. Are we still on the air? I was only here for Greg. So
me too. I didn't even know he was going to be here. So
right, I didn't either. That's hilarious. I just talked to him Friday night. I had no idea he was coming on. So, all right. So I am going to play this video, and I'll probably go ahead and leave the chat on the sidebar while the video's playing, so people can see people laughing at us. So here we go. And you will be able to hear Poe and I. We might throw in some commentary if need be. So if you hear a random thing that seems odd, that's probably what it is. So here we go.
Let's go! Bring it up! Challenge accepted!
I never forget a face, but in your case, I'll be glad to make an exception.
Maybe I won't leave the chat out there.
All right. There's this week's challenge. Now, this is MASH for the Atari 2600. And first of all, we'll go into the settings. We're going to play game 1. Is it Welcome to Korea? I think they call that one. I'll go into options and difficulty. Difficulty B is the easier difficulty, so click on that. And we were both set to B, so we're good to go for that. Oops. Back to game. All right, so we're just gonna start out here, and what we have to do is you are Hawkeye Pierce. You're against Frank Burns. He's the top helicopter, you're the bottom. You gotta pick up the guys and bring them back for points. That is a North Korean tank down there. You don't want to get shot. The airplane. Oh, I got shot. And there's Klinger, and the ambulance says Klinger comes to pick you up. No! Oh, just in time, huh? I'm getting my butt kicked. You can carry, I think it's up to 5 guys with you. Oof. Of course, the trees and Frank will mess you up. Okay, now we go into surgery. It's like the game Operation. You only have, what is it, 15 seconds? Oh, it said ferret face if you didn't catch that there. That's what Hawkeye and Trapper and the rest called Frank. So I guess Frank was calling me ferret face. It's the first to get 999 points. Now, I just picked this as a challenge game. My friend had this when I was a kid. Now that elementary school, whoops, I wasn't paying attention there. His family, like all of them were huge into the show MASH at the time, I remember. And I mean, his sister even wrote like fan fiction before I think fan fiction was a thing. Oh, I tried to move back. Wow. So he even had like the G.I. Joe, the 3-inch or whatever they are. He had the MASH version, like Hawkeye and, I don't know, it might have been BJ. Maybe a couple others. If you didn't know they made those, yeah, they made those. So along with Cobra Commander and Duke and the gang, he had Hawkeye. This is definitely the part that I need practice at. Oh, that timer. Ugh, I'm a ferret face. Who's going to win here? Now, this is definitely more fun if you're doing a challenge. A 2-player Tuesday. You got the second person with you. Like I said, me and Bart talked about doing different challenges for different systems and arcade again between me and him. And I don't know why I picked MASH. I don't know. A few years ago, Gaming Road Warrior picked up the instruction manual for me, so I had the cartridge. So there you go. I got beat at 996. That's going to be my score. Let's see if Offgrid can do better. If he gets 999, then he whoops my butt. So that's how that go. All right, everybody. That's the challenge.
All right, here we go with my part of this challenge. Poe already played, and he sent me his, but I haven't watched it yet. So I don't know how he scored. I'm playing on my Raspberry Pi, running Stella, using the Xbox controller because I haven't figured out how to get the CX40 hooked up yet. So this is how I'm playing it. I've never played this game before. I've watched about 15 seconds of Poe playing, just so I could verify that his video worked, but I don't know his score, and I don't know what I'm doing. I'm pretty sure I am the bottom helicopter, the blue one, and I know I did read the manual. I'm supposed to pick up the people and get them back to my little dealio, and then I think at some point there might be some kind of surgery thing, and I don't know how that works. So this will be interesting. So here we go. I think I got this button here set to start, and then we'll start flying. I guess I'm Hawkeye, and I'm playing against George Burns. So here we go. George Burns. I think I say
look at
George
him go.
Burns like 6 times. Oh, he got like almost everybody. Oh, you don't want to get hit by that like I just did. Oh, so get off the tree. Okay, I'm too heavy. I got it. Oh, that is bull. Did I drop them all off? Can I go pick? Okay, now I can't. I gotta get this guy. There's some more. You can only carry 5 at a time. And it gets, I guess it goes. Ooh. Oh, get off. I'm stuck. George Burns is probably kicking my ass here. Oh, I drove right into the bullet. Okay, this is the surgery part, I guess. How do I get this shrapnel out? Okay. Oh, I killed him. Get out of here. I almost called him George Burns. Oh, get away, get away, get away. Oh! Oh, okay. I gotta get over here. Get that. I need another one. I get killed. I ran right into that bullet. Oh. Oh no. Oh, come on. Oh, another surgery. Surgery. Oh, I didn't know I had it. Oh, that's a bunch of bullshit right there. Come on. Okay, let's get. I don't like getting too low because then I run into the bullets. Get over the tree. I'm stuck in the tree. Stuck in that tree. Still stuck in that tree. I got shot down because I couldn't get out of that tree. Oh, come on. Man, George Burns is kicking my ass bad. Hey, what? Okay, this one I should be able to get. Ferret face, is that what it said? Oh, come on. These trees are killing me here. Is that the end of the game? What did I get? 833? Oh, I see. Whoever's first to 999 wins. So I lost, but I got 833 points. So if Poe won his game, he'll have 999, I guess, and I got 833. So, all right, I guess because I'm going to put Poe's part first, so you guys will already know what the winner is, unless we decided to cover the scores and reveal it here at the end. So, all right, here we go. Thanks for watching. Back to the show. What the heck? Where's Poe at? Poe's gone. Poe left mid game. I was so bad he just left. I didn't even see it because we were minimized and stuff. So yeah, that was my first time ever playing that game, as you could tell. And I got done, and Kelly was like, "You kept saying he was George Burns." I'm like, "Oh shoot, what was it? Frank Burns, right?" I was gonna try to play it off like I was doing that on purpose, but I think I wasn't. I think I was just confused. Maybe I used to call him George Burns when we watched, just being funny, and now it's stuck in my head. Anyway, so Poe beat me. He got 996. He almost won the game. I didn't even know, like I said in the video, I didn't know what I was doing at all. Here comes Poe back. He found out that he beat me, so he came back. Let me get him in here. I got to put Poe above me if I can, because my camera blocks the lower screen on Restream, and I don't care if I don't see myself. But
no, I knew something was wrong as soon as the gameplay ended. It started showing the anime of me and you yelling, "Let's go!" and it showed it like 5 times in a row of us just running at each other, and it would start over and over. And I'm like, "Yeah, I think I'm messed up here, so I better back out and come back in."
Yeah. Did you get to see the whole video? Did you see?
Yeah,
my
I saw
score
the
at
whole
end?
video, and as soon as it ended, then it started replaying it over and over for me.
Darn it! I was going to tell you I beat it, but you saw my score.
Yeah, and it's like I said, it's not the best as far as a high score challenge goes, because either you get 999 or you don't. It's a lot more fun playing with a person. Like if you and Kelly played, it's a shorter game, but playing with somebody right there is what it's all about, that game. But Mike bought me that, Gaming Road Warrior bought me that instruction manual a few years ago. Been meaning to get a video out of it. And actually, I bought the version for the TI-99 4A because my buddy got me that computer. His friend had it, and they were going to toss it. And he got that for me, and I never made it to his house in the last 2 years to pick it up. So I bought a game for a system I don't even have right now. I was going to do a video on different versions of MASH, which that one's a little different. It looks a little nicer than this one. And instead of going against Frank Burns, you're going against, I think, Trapper in that one. But little differences.
Yeah, or George Burns when I'm playing.
George Burns, yeah, that's I tried. I don't. People probably don't remember Burns on that one, but that's why I said, "Say goodnight, Gracie." Good night, Gracie.
Right. Yeah. So So go ahead and throw your score up there if you want. In Discord, like we said, 999 is as high as you can get, or I guess you could just post a picture of your 999, or just it's all honor system. I don't know why you'd want to like. You can just post in your thing, "Hey, I played MASH and won," and then we know you got 999. So gameplay was so bad, Poe left. And Chuck's here. Chuck showed up during the video. I don't know if he's still here.
Oh, hey, Chuck.
And I saw Art Bigfall came, said the game looks old and dumb. Surprising to see Art Bigfall say such a thing. Megan needs to play this. She says I should play this for real, because I didn't play for real. I played pretend. But I had no idea what I was doing going into it. And I actually thought, I didn't realize, Poe, until I was watching your gameplay right here. I thought you had to get 5 people before you could go drop any off. Okay. So I was always going, and your rotor blade sound changes when you get all 5. I'm like, okay, when I hear that, go back. And I didn't know that you could, although I think I saw in my own gameplay, I did that once. I only had 2 people and I bumped the house thing I guess that's a hospital, and dropped them off. But so I was learning, and I was way too punchy on the surgery thing. Because
you got to be real careful on that. But
Yeah.
I love that because we loved Operation when we were kids.
Yeah. Chuck said
there are different modes to the game. They have like the Colonel Potter thing where the guys are parachuting out and you got to catch them as they're parachuting. A couple other there's another version that you play as smaller choppers, so it's easier to get between the trees and everything. So fun game.
Yeah, I saw that in the manual that they had those. Chuck said he was playing basically for the first time the other day on his Plus console. Quite interesting for the time. Mike said, yeah, it's a pretty good game. Megan did finally beat E.T. I watched her video today while I was at work. So check that out, Megan. And I told her she cheated. She's a cheater because she actually was doing the running thing that I completely forgot you could do, even though I read the manual before I played it. When I got to play and I forgot you could run, so those bastards would catch me every time they came running on the screen. And then I'm watching Megan play, and she's running. I'm like, well, that makes it a lot easier to escape. Mike's got us figured out. Polo says, who doesn't want Poe on top? Apparently Mike doesn't. Michelle might, though. We don't know. Let's see. I'll be the meat between their moms. Oh, that's nice of you. Okay. So yeah, like I said, maybe more than a challenge, maybe just post in the Discord in the console section. Let us know if this inspired you to play. If you've ever played MASH before, if you're like, I haven't played this for 100 years, I'm going to go ahead and play it. But if you do score less than 800, definitely post your score, if nothing else, to make me feel better. Poe, you were so close at 996. I thought you had it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, Frank outdid me again. I'm a ferret face. Yeah.
Well, you had a bit of a comeback there. I was watching your score because I couldn't remember what my score was. I knew it was in the 800s, low 800s somewhere, but I didn't know it. And when you were around 750 or so, Frank started getting up there on you, and I thought, oh, I got a shot here. And then all of a sudden you just blam, 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 got a shit ton of points. And I was like, well, fuck. I'm just going to kick him off.
If you want to play the harder version, you put that in difficulty A, and I think what it is he gains 6 points every, I can't remember what it is, every so often, during that surgery. So he just keeps racking it.
You start with 0 points also. When the one that we played, you start with 99 points. So you get a head start, and I did see that. Megan said she's going to it would be fun to see her first attempt. I agree. She should record it.
Yeah, for sure.
And again, Poe and I did it, especially since it's kind of the 999 points or bust kind of thing. This isn't one that, if you want to get in on our little challenge thing, don't play it 100 times. One and done. Just play it once and post that score, which is how I play most of our tournaments. And
all right.
And I did play the Intellivision tournament for the thin ice an extra time after I was watching Casey do his attempt, and I kind of was giving him tips, and then he blew my score out of the water. I'm like, what the fuck? So then I went back and played, and I still couldn't beat him. So he beat me fair and square. But tune into Casey's show tomorrow night, and you'll see those scores because he will post them.
I was tempted to play in that one. That looked like a fun game. I know I have it on there. I just didn't get around to playing it.
Yeah, I had played it once when I first got the sprint, and then I played for the tournament. And it's funny, I played 3 games for the tournament. My first game, I got 8,900 something. My second game, I got like 4,000. My third game, I got 1,500. So I quit. And then I was watching Casey, and I was giving him some tips about how to freeze the Polar Bear.
Polar bears, yeah.
Yeah, and then he ended up getting 20,000. So I said, I'll give it one more shot, and I got 17,000. So yeah, yeah. He says he owes his score to me. I gave him the tips, but he played the game. So, and then and then you look at these guys that throw the big scores up there, and it's like, Jesus, our scores weren't that great. Polo asked if we played the weekly challenges on FX. Number 2 in the World War Hulk tournament. Awesome.
Oh,
nice. Awesome.
Yeah,
no, I haven't played any. Like I said, I haven't played any FX pinball for it was before Christmas. So since I played FX, I've only played the new other tables. So
well, the sprint came before Christmas, so that's what happened.
Right. Oh, here we go. Mike's got a good point. Derek, you can't play 4 games and add your scores together.
No, ferret face.
Yeah. and I see, what is it? Mike might want to get in on this week's Intellivision challenge, right, Casey? I think it's Frogger. So I know Mike's Gaming Gala. He's a big fan of that game, right? He likes that almost as much as Phil likes the Atari 2600 Pac-Man. It's a close one, but no, for real, I think Mike does like. He's a Frogger guy, right? Or am I remembering that incorrectly? I don't know. Get out of my head. So anyway, that's kind of
I think but I was making a point during my video, and then of course I got distracted by getting killed or something. But that buddy that was really into MASH, he's the one that lent me the game back in the day. We did game trades, and here's MASH. So that's why I was rambling on about that whole family being MASH fans back then.
Nice. Mike said he's not a fan of the Intellivision Frogger. I don't know. I don't think I've ever played Frogger on the Intellivision. So my first game for that tournament, which when do they end? They end on Saturday? Is that right, Casey?
I think it said through Sunday, but then they start the new one. That's the way I read it.
Yeah, because
Sunday to Sunday.
Yeah, because I'm leaving tomorrow, but I'll be back Friday. So, and Kelly and I are talking about adjusting our plan. We were going to come back Thursday, but we're thinking about, I was inspired by the Creeper. He was talking about old Tucson and all those old movie sets and stuff like that. And we got to drive through Tucson when we leave my mom's house. And Kelly's never been over there. So we might stop by old Tucson, which would make it into a 2-day trip back home instead of just a 9-hour trip. Cause
nice.
We'll spend a few hours in Tucson and look at all that old West stuff, and then
that would be awesome.
Drive partway home. So
turn it into work. Make a video about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Make a video. That's my old channel.
Creeper does that with his the Creepy Crawl, his other channel.
Yeah.
Where it's other stuff, like that.
Yeah. Yeah. All my travel stuff was on that geocaching, and we probably have videos from 30 different states in there. Some of them really short. Some of them are just, hey, this is what we did, but some interesting places. So if you get a game in before he does it, he usually counts it Monday also. Oh, so you can get in late. Yeah. But I'll be back on Friday one way or the other. I can play it. I might play it tonight. I don't know, just to have a score. Play it 1 or 2 times tonight, see what I can do, and then take a picture of it and hold that in my back pocket in case I can't get back to it.
Right.
So, but anyway, anything else we need to talk about, Poe? We're almost at that big 2-hour mark.
Yeah, we were packed full of stuff tonight, thanks to Greg stopping by and our challenge video. A lot of fun. I had a lot, maybe even more fun doing the little intros there. Anime, Poe, and Bart, and I have other ones that I made as well for future episodes, so that was fun.
Yeah. And Polo, I know, just keep holding on that thought. there are pinball tournaments on the way. I'm just going to say that. But we're
I'm
still
gonna
ironing
guess.
stuff out.
He says, "What's for dinner tonight?" I might be wrong. I'm gonna guess that Bart and Kelly had pizza, and I had pizza as well. So
Pizza and cherry Coke Zero. same thing every Sunday night. Pizza and
and Mrs. Poestyle said to me last night, "You should order a pizza tomorrow." And I'm like, "I think you're right, because pizza and hamburgers are just my two favorite things on earth." So
yeah. Well, Kelly and I will we just get Red Baron pizza. I like Red Baron pizza. We have one of them little pizza ovens, so it doesn't take a lot of. It's good. It's a great thing in solar because it doesn't take a lot of power. It cooks them quick.
Oh, nice.
And we'll usually she'll get a pepperoni pizza and I'll get one of those supreme pizzas because the Red Barons don't have black olives on them. I can't stand black olives, so I'll get that. But they have a sausage on there, and Kelly doesn't like sausage on her pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Mike's going to say something about Kelly liking sausage, but we'll let that go. And then I'll cut them in half so we can cook half and half and then eat our dinner. And then we have the other half I'll cook right up, but then we put it in Ziploc or whatever, and then we'll eat that for lunch Monday or Tuesday. Well, today we stopped by the store on our way after we left work, and we picked up the same two pizzas like we always do. And as we're driving home, like, we're going to Mom's house tomorrow. We're not going to we could have just got one pizza. And then I'm thinking you ordered pizza. It's like that would have been a perfect time to go to one of the pizza joints and get an actual pizza instead of getting a frozen. We usually do that every month or two. We'll just get pre-mades and or at a store or whatever. And we could have done that and got a pizza there. Which here the best option is at one of the gas stations. They have those pizza.
Yeah, some of those gas stations make good freaking pizza. All the sausage talk. And like you said about black olives, I can take or leave them. I don't love them. I don't hate them. I don't really need them on pizza. But my mom and dad will have them like at Christmas or the holidays when they go over actual black olives with the pits still in them, along with carrots and celery and different, and a dip for them and stuff like that. So, yeah.
See, Mike, I knew it was coming. Kelly doesn't like sausage pork. The good part is, just like people can handle a little bit of stuff, so it's all right. She only has to have a little sausage every once in a while. It's not a full meal. It's just a little bit. She doesn't like the sausage on pizza. So, and black olives, I've never been able to stomach those things. And I'm to the point, sometimes there'll be a tiny little piece that's snug underneath the pepperoni piece, and I'll take a bite and I'm just like, oh, what? No, that's ridiculous. She did buy a supreme pizza from Walmart, one of those refrigerated ones, not the frozen ones, the Walmart deal. And that had sausage and black olives. And I'd spent like half an hour picking all the sausage and putting it to the one side and putting all the black olives. And on my half, I took everything off of that thing to make sure there was no olives anywhere.
No, Megatron, green olives, I love those. I could eat them.
Green olives. Yeah, green olives are good. Just crack that bitch open, just chug it. Black olives, I always joke around. Them things are spoiled. That's why they're black. They were good when they were green olives, then they turned black. Yeah, that's the question we got. Black and green olives on a La Rosa. What does that mean? Casey loves sausage. And Mike says, we know Casey. You know what sausage Casey prefers? Michelle sausage.
Oh, yeah.
He's all about Michelle sausage.
Pizza, I don't know what it is. I like it enough, but for the longest time, it would give me heartburn. Get that Italian sausage on pizza. I don't know why. But I mean, now I'm old. I take a medication for heartburn, so it doesn't bother me anymore. But I can take it or leave it on pizza.
Yeah, there was a time where I was 100% just pepperoni. That's it. You know, if they were like, well, you can have a 4-meat pizza that has sausage and bacon or all that stuff, or just a plain cheese, I'd be like, no, give me the cheese because I don't want the sausage and all that other stuff, just pepperoni. And then I credit all that stuff to, getting in the Navy. And you know how it is. You go through boot camp, you kind of eat what they give you. And,
Yep.
You don't get time, even if they have choices. Sometimes you're just like, I don't have time. Just give me that, whatever it is. And then you wolf it down. You're like, this tastes like shit, but I'm hungry. And I got,
Right. Yep.
we're going to be doing stuff. So I lost a lot of that. And now I can eat a lot of different stuff. And Kelly's fond of saying, if you have stuff that you didn't like when you were a child, try it as an adult, because your taste buds will change. And I have found some stuff.
That's true.
That I could not, and I had tried it as a child, couldn't stand broccoli. Now I eat it all the time. It's like, I like broccoli. Cauliflower, on the other hand, no, I still don't like cauliflower. But yeah. Phil knows what La Rosa's is. It's a place to eat over there. And Phil prefers having a 3-way at Skyline Diner. We've heard about that. How many toppings do you like on your pizza?
Oh, that's a crazy question there, Paul. It's a good question because I love toppings. And, when I order a pizza, I get extra sauce and extra cheese on it. And pepperoni is always a natural. Now, here's where everybody's going to hate me. I will occasionally do anchovies. And people are like, oh, fishy, ooh, gross fishy. I was like, not really fishy. It's just really salty. And now we get into the sexual thing from everybody else. But I do like salty foods. So once in a while, we'll get that. The wife doesn't want the anchovies, so I'll do like half of it. Or if I order from someplace like Pizza Hut. Well, I don't think Pizza Hut does anchovies here anymore. They used to. But you could have them do it in a little, like a pot pie pan on the side. They would heat them for you, and then you could put it on yourself.
Oh,
I like
nice.
jalapenos on my pizza. Sometimes I like onions on there if we're not going out anywhere afterwards. But yeah, almost anything on there. But for the most part, we'll just get a pepperoni pizza.
Yeah. See, I can't eat jalapenos, and it's not because of the hot. I just think they taste like shit.
Oh, yeah.
I'll catch grief. People are, oh, you can't handle them. I'm like, I just don't like the taste. There's other things that I don't like the taste of that are not hot. It's just.
And Derek, I will do pineapple on a Hawaiian pizza. And the first time I was introduced to that was when I was in the Air Force stationed in California for tech school. And the one guy that was paying, he wanted Hawaiian pizza. I had never heard of such a thing, but he was paying. So, okay. He bought it, and there it was. You had your pineapple on there and Canadian bacon. And I thought it was fine. So if you're doing just a Hawaiian pizza, pineapple's fine.
Yeah, I don't mind that either. I've only had it a couple times. I don't mind it. But since you mentioned Canadian bacon, I got to say this. And since Mike's in here, over the weekend, I don't have a lot of time, and we have limited channels. So we put on all weekend long, we pretty much had channel 28 on, which was playing the Olympics. And I watched the Canadian girls hockey team knock the shit out of Germany 6-1 on Saturday. And then today, the Canadian men beat France 8-2. And so there you go, Mike. Your Canadian hockey teams are doing great. But just don't know why that popped in my head. I guess because he said Canadian bacon. But yeah, I've never tried anchovies, so I don't know if I would like those or not. But I'm guessing not. Just because I know my tastes, but I've never tried it, so I shouldn't say anything. But I don't know. Poe left again. He's out of here. Well, he's not out, but probably Mrs. Poestyle heard him talking about. Yeah, that's what hockey is kind of our thing. Shelby was over at the hotel. She went in. She's working the evening shift, so she is going to work around our lunchtime. So she picked up some burgers for herself, and Kelly made our lunch, and she was eating lunch with us. And I said, well, yeah, the Canadians, they tend to do good on those sports that are involving ice because there's a lot of ice up there, so that helps. You guys and gals like Chicago style pizza? Yes.
Chicago deep dish. Yeah, I love all pizza. So.
I, a matter of fact, I have a story. I know it's surprising because Poe and I never have stories about things. Went to Chicago when my son graduated boot camp in the Navy. First time ever being in Chicago, and I almost started a fight in a parking lot because we pulled up and there were a couple of guys that were collecting carts out there, and I just walked up to the one dude and I said, "So, say you meet a guy who's never been to Chicago and he wants to try some pizza. Where are you sending him?" And the one guy's like, "Oh, dude, you got to go right around the corner. There's this place over here." And the other dude's like, "Are you fucking nuts? Don't be sending him there. He's got to go over here." And they were just going back and forth for like 8 or 10 different places. And finally, one of them said this place. And the other dude goes, "Yes, that's where you need to go." And they agreed and they gave me directions. And we went over there and that was some good pizza.
Yeah,
so I thought they were going to come throwing blows. They're like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you send them over there?" Dude, it's not that important. I just want a piece of pizza. But
and I have to say that with Pizza Hut, it used to be their stuffed crust pizza I liked the most back in the day. But and I know a lot of people turn their noses to Pizza Hut like they do McDonald's, but we eat it now and then. And the New Yorker, I like the big New Yorker pizza from Pizza Hut. The thin crust, I'm not usually into thin crust, but that's good.
Yeah. Now the New York pizza, that cost us greatly. Cost us dearly, however you want to say it, when we went to watch the big ball drop on New Year's Eve. Because once you go in, you can't go out. So you're kind of stuck in there. And we were going in and we said, "Let's go. There's a pizza joint right here. Let's go in and eat before we go in." So we go inside, we get some pizza right outside one of the gates where you could get into Times Square. And when we came back out, they had closed that gate off. You could no longer enter there. So then we're like, okay, the next one's over here. So we went around the corner. They just shut that one. We went all the way around, like halfway, as far as you possibly could before we found a gate that was open that we could get in to go see that. We're like, geez, we just walked 6 miles trying to get in this place. But we did get in. So that was cool. I like Dewey's best in Chicago. Yeah. I don't remember where that place was, but it was really, really good pizza. Matter of fact, I think that pizza lasted. I got 3 meals out of it, and Kelly and Shelby got 2 meals out of it because just the one pizza was so thick. I had, you'd only eat one piece, and you're like, dang, man. And then they gave us like a paper grocery bag, and the bottom, probably this full, was breadsticks, and they were really good too. So you'd eat a bunch of those and some pizza, but that was good times.
Yeah, we have a mom and pop place here that's been around since I was a kid called Tuck's Pizza, and they do what they call a stuffed pizza, where the whole thing is just amazingly thick pizza. It's not crust on top like a stromboli or anything, but it's just like layers of sauce and cheese and then whatever your toppings are. But that thing is so freaking messy. You have to order it so many hours ahead of time so they're ready to make the thing.
Wow.
And then when you eat it, it's just all over you, everything coming off.
Yeah. Surprisingly, one of a really good pizza that we had, we were coming back from Philly. It was when my dad passed away, and he was buried up by Philadelphia where he grew up. And on our way back, we were going through Delaware, and I stopped because we needed something for the car. I don't know if we were low on oil or something. I stopped at a Pep Boys, Manny, Mo, and Jack, and got whatever we needed. And right across the street, there was this little mom and pop pizza joint. And we said, let's just go in there and get a pizza to go, and we'll eat it on the road. It was super thin crust, but man, it was really, really good. It was, the sauce was really good. And we're like, dang. And it was relatively cheap. I want to say it was like $7 for the pizza.
Oh, nice.
And, it was decent size, super thin crust. So it wasn't like one piece is going to fill you up, but the one pizza was fine for me and Kelly and Shelby. So that was surprisingly good, and I could never find it again. Especially if that Pep Boys ever closed, because that's how I'd have to find it. Is I'd have to go back to that. I don't even know what city we were in. We were just driving, and there was a Pep Boys, so I stopped. But yeah.
Yeah, I remember my dad telling me when he was on shore leave, when he was in the Navy in New York, that they went to some little Italian family restaurant back in the 60s there. And he said when they ordered a pizza, the pizza came out, it was the size of the round table they were sitting at. And I just would dream about that pizza when I was a kid. I'm like, wow.
Wow, yeah. 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 And of course, we had that time when we went and we stopped up near Allentown to get a Philly cheesesteak, and the cheesesteak place was out of hoagie rolls.
Oh,
and I'm like, he's like, I can put it in a tortilla for you. I'm like, I don't want a cheesesteak burrito. I wanted a cheesesteak sandwich. And then, so we had to hit Philly on the way back, and we drove across the bridge into Philadelphia and got a bunch of cheesesteaks out of one of those, like a trailer that people made. Those were really good sandwiches.
Love cheesesteaks, and yeah, people from Philly will fight you there too over which is the best place to go. So
yeah, I was bummed the last time I went and stayed with my aunt and uncle, which again, that's when my dad had passed, and there used to be a cheesesteak place, mom and pop place, right down the road from there. Every time we go visit my grandma and stuff, we'd go down and get cheesesteaks over there. And it's, it probably would kill you. You feel like you could grab the sandwich and wring it out and the grease would just come out.
The grease.
just phenomenal, but they're closed.
A local place to us, it was a pub, and my dad was friends with the owner. They actually worked together somewhere. But we would go there at one point every Friday night for pizza, but they had stromboli. And I remember ordering stromboli from them for takeout, and they would give you a brown paper bag, and that bag was almost see-through from all the grease by the time you got home.
Yeah. That's how those cheesesteaks were. They put them in a paper bag, and you get home, and the whole bag's like falling apart by the time you get them because of the grease. But they were good sandwiches. But yeah, I do like me some cheesesteaks. So, but don't get them very often around here. Yeah.
Well, the wife made them for us a couple, 2 or 3 weeks ago here at home. I always love that too. But yeah, cheeseburgers and pizza would definitely, you can tell by the size of me, that's my favorite.
Yeah. Love cheesesteak sandwiches, but hate when they use American cheese. That plastic crap is awful.
Yeah, if you're going to use an American cheese, it has to be. I worked in a deli for years out of high school. My son worked in a deli. My daughter works in a deli now. We're the deli family. You got to get the Land O'Lakes that at the delis. It's a block cheese that they actually cut for you, and they have to layer it with wax paper or it'll all stick together. That's real cheese. It's not all oil. It's creamy. It's really good. So it does go good on cheesesteak. But I would rather have a cheddar or a nacho cheese on a cheesesteak. Wow.
Yeah.
It's bedtime and you're making me hungry, guys. I'm going to have to eat the rest of that leftover pizza.
Right? Yeah. How'd we get onto food all of a sudden? But,
or a cheesesteak channel.
Yeah. Vinyl and cheesesteaks. That's us. All right. This might be a time to call it then, huh? You think?
Yeah. One other thing that I do have here, it came, I shared with you guys, is my Uno cart.
Oh, that's right.
600 plus. And just as soon as I can, I'll get it loaded with games to play on it. The only SD card, micro SD card I had sitting around is a 1 terabyte. That's a little much. I thought I had some smaller ones around somewhere. So I got a 16 gig coming, and I'll load the games on it. But right now, I don't think you're going to get anything with bank switching working on this thing. They're working on it, they say, for an update. So be able to put our full library of 2,600 original games, some homebrew games on this thing. Got a little LED screen where and this little button here, it pushes in, and it also toggles left and right for your menu. That's how you'll pick what one. Yeah.
Nice.
So video coming on that just as soon as I can get an SD card loaded up.
Nice. Excellent. Casey threw in there pepper jack is his favorite cheese. It's funny. I had never had pepper jack in my life until I met Kelly. And now whenever I go like Subway or whatever and get a sandwich, I always get pepper jack. That's
Pepper jack is awesome. If you're going to get the slices again from a deli, get them from the deli. If you get the individual wraps, like Mike was saying, a lot of times you get that oily stuff. Real American cheese, real cheeses shouldn't be the oily ones like that. We had a Hoffman's. They made all kinds. They made a bacon cheddar, all kinds of different specialty cheeses when I worked at the deli. But the pepper jack cheese from Hoffman's, another one that had to be layered and sliced. That was my favorite. There were Sunday nights at the deli where I was the only one working. Once the deli closed, I had to stay and clean the deli case, pull the whole thing down and scrub them and everything, clean everything up real nice. So my buddies that worked in the store worked as baggers back in the day and produce. They would come back when I was going on break, and I would cut them that hot pepper cheese just for us for break, and then maybe a couple slices of prosciutto or prosciutto, however you want to pronounce it. That was the expensive Italian ham, and we would wrap that up and we'll take that up to the break room and eat that stuff. So.
Nice. Mike says he likes Swiss cheese, and then Casey said nobody's perfect, and I agree with Casey. I'm not a fan of Swiss cheese.
Well, listen, if you don't like Swiss cheese, if it's a little too much flavor for you on there, try Lorraine Swiss. It's a milder flavor, really good. Because I wasn't a huge fan of like regular Swiss, but Lorraine has the little tiny holes, and it's not quite as harsh whenever you eat it.
Polo says we inspired him. He just whipped a pepperoni, almond, and cheese pizza with pre-made crust and put it in the oven. Nice. Yeah, all I know is when I worked at the grocery store, Billy called me in there one day. Billy almost never calls over the intercom. Usually when he called me over the intercom, it was because someone ordered like a pound of salami, and then he brings it out and they're like, oh no, I only wanted half a pound. So he has to throw that off to the side and remake a half a pound, and he's supposed to throw away. So he would call me and I'd go get the salami, and then I'd have something to eat. So he calls me and I'm all excited, and I go running in there. I'm like, where's the salami? He goes, oh no, we got this new cheese. You should try it. And I pop this piece of cheese in my mouth. He cuts off a chunk of it, and I pop it in my mouth, and I'm like, oh my gosh. He goes, yeah, it tastes like dirty socks, doesn't it? I'm like, yeah, you're stupid. But he didn't tell me till after I put it in my mouth. Yeah. Oh yeah. Me agreeing with doesn't help Casey's argument. Yeah. I like most cheeses, but that one, yeah, I don't know what it was that he gave me, but it did. It tasted like dirty socks to me. And I'm not a fan
Swiss
of Swiss.
cheese is another one too. If you buy some of it, don't buy a lot of it. At least in my experience, it starts to dry out quick around the edges and stuff when you have it in your fridge for too long. So eat it quick. Buy smaller amounts.
Yeah. So once again, thanks for hanging out at Poe's Deli. And very
my wife made that comment the other day. She's like, you worked there, Dave, my son worked there. My daughter's working at one now. She's like, you guys should just open a deli once he gets out of the Air Force. I'm like, oh man. At the time I hated it, but when I think back, yeah, it was a lot easier than what I've been doing for the last 21 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty much just whatever is basic
don't like
cheese.
Blue cheese, Casey. You get a salad and you buy blue cheese dressing, but that's not enough blue cheese for me. I also buy the crumbled, and I put that in with the dressing because a lot of these blue cheese dressings don't really have that many chunks in there. I know it's moldy cheese. Might smell like butthole, but I think it tastes good on a salad.
I don't know that I've ever tried it, and I don't know that I ever will. But I do like cheese on a salad. That's true.
Now, you buy crumbled blue cheese and put it on a burger too. Let it melt on there. Oh man, I love it.
Interesting. Well, I'll save it all for you then. I- All right. Brandy loves blue cheese. Polo loves blue cheese. Casey says it's stinky cheese.
Well, and there's nothing stinkier than Limburger. That's the truth. I had a buddy that I worked with at the mill years ago when I first started there, and I think he did it just to make everybody mad. He would buy pickled herring, crackers, and Limburger cheese, and he would eat those, and then he would throw pieces of that Limburger on the heater at work so it melted. And there were people complaining from other operations. They're like, "What smells like ass?" And he'd be over there laughing like crazy. He'd put them on a Triscuit cracker, pickled herring and Limburger cheese.
Wow. Yeah, here, Shutdown's got you. Here's your career.
Oh, deli. Yes.
Old Post
funny
Deli
thing
Arcade.
The grocery store that I worked at the time, when I first started there, they did, I was the only guy. They hired me to put away the orders and clean the case and then wait on customers in between. So the women all wore hairnets. I had to wear a ball cap with the store name on it. And later we had to wear these fake bow ties and aprons and scally type caps. So that was cool. That was my first scally type cap experience there.
Nice. Nice. Yeah. I might have to find one of those scally caps and order one and see if it's more comfortable on my head than what a fitted ball cap is.
Yeah, these are pretty comfortable. I like these a lot. They have a lot coming up for the spring right now. I keep getting the emails and text messages from them, and hammered on Facebook news feed. But I haven't seen anything that really caught my eye out of their recent inventory.
Yeah, ever since I bought that Popeye one for you, I get all those ads now. Of course, they all come to me. Hey, Patrick, check this out. Because I had it shipped to your house in your name. But yeah, Megan likes some blue cheese also.
Eat that blue cheese. Put that on your salad. Put it on your burger. It's good stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. Might have to try it. Wonder if Kelly fell asleep. I haven't seen her in a while. I think she would have commented on some of these cheeses. But all right. Well, I've had it. It's been a long day. We had 3 people that were full-timers at the front desk quit over the last 2 weeks.
Oh.
And so they're really struggling, and they finally asked me today about maybe working some extra days, and I'm like, because Kelly's going to be filling in for the other girl that works during the week, and I even told her, maybe I'll have to get back to you, but they're having people work 12-hour shifts, so it doesn't really matter. I get up and go in with Kelly anyway, but when we got there at 4:45 both days, that girl gets up and leaves because she started at 7 the night before.
Oh,
so they had her scheduled 7 to 7. So, she's packing for the trip. So I'm like 10 o'clock. I'm like, how can it only be 10 o'clock? It's like, oh, that's right. I started at 5 today instead of 7. So, but I slept like shit last night. I had one of those. I'm sure you have it too, Poe, because you get up early all the time. And I hate that when you wake up like an hour before you're supposed to.
Oh, yeah.
Because then you're like, do I get up now? Because it's a whole hour. And then I saw the clock at 3:30. Our alarm goes off at 4. I saw 3:30, and I should have got up then because then I did fall asleep. So when the alarm went off at 4, now I'm really tired because I'm like, I just fell asleep. So,
I absolutely hate it. And you wake up like that half hour, 15 minutes before or whatever, and you got to go to the bathroom. And then I try to fight it. I'm not going to the bathroom. Well, then I'm just going to lay there, and it hurts. And
right. Yeah.
Lately, my thing is I've fallen asleep because I'm exhausted, but then I'm waking up. And I'll have this part like you're so messed up in the head. I'm like, am I sleeping or not sleeping? I'm not sure what I'm doing here. But I wear this watch to bed every night, and it connects to my phone. It tracks my sleeping, and it'll tell me, you slept for an hour and then you were awake for an hour. And I'm like, how was I awake for an hour? I must have been laying there thinking that, have I been awake or not? It'll tell you, you started falling asleep. You got 5 hours and 40 minutes, but really it'll tell you the actual time. You got 4 hours of sleep out of that 5 hours and 40 minutes. It's depressing to look at, but these things track your sleep. They'll also, if you give it permission and your phone is nearby, if you're snoring, it'll record your snoring.
Oh,
Now,
really?
we run a fan or an AC all night long for background noise, so sometimes it won't pick it up, but there's times it says, you snored for this many minutes during your time of sleep, and then it'll let you play it back. You can hear you, and they're snoring.
Wow. Yeah, see, Casey says he wakes up at 5:45 7 days a week without an alarm, but getting up I don't like. Getting up. I don't know. I can't read the end of that. Yeah, normally it's the only time I am not awake when my alarm goes off is when I wake up an hour before and then end up falling asleep just before it goes off. Every other day. And if I wake up, usually if it's 15 minutes before the alarm's going to go off, I just get up and I'll go use the bathroom and all that. And then I'll leave my phone because my phone is our alarm. And I'm lucky. So 5 days a week, we don't have to worry about it. But Saturday and Sunday, I just leave my phone in there. So when the alarm goes off, then Kelly will get up and I'll be out there and make some coffee or something, get dressed and ready for work. But I very, very, very rarely need the alarm to wake up. I usually just wake up. And then on the 5 days that we're not working, I usually get up at 5. So it's
I know, 'cause I do my morning meeting at 6 here. So that's 5 your time. At the end of the morning meeting, I can send something to you and I'll get an answer back pretty quick. And it's like, yeah he's up already.
Yeah. I was actually surprised, when I see Casey said he gets up at 5:45. I sent Casey a message the other day, and I know I'm 2 hours ahead of Casey, so I wasn't expecting it. And he actually replied, and I looked and I was like, wow, that's like 6 a.m. his time. So, because I think he replied right around 8. So
I always think it's funny. Yeah, is the Gaming Road Warrior 3 hours difference from me, and I'll be driving to work in the morning, and he would send a message. He hadn't been to bed yet. He would send a message. I'm like, wow, he's just getting ready for bed, and I'm going to work.
Yeah, I've been editing. I was like, I'm driving to work. Yeah. Mike, we know Mike, he's up all night. He goes to bed at 6 a.m. And then he has to get up at 9. I'd never function on that little bit of sleep.
I just can't. I have almost an hour commute and 10-hour shifts. You have to be there early. Now, I'm not exaggerating. Our locker room, you have to change into burn-resistant clothes and your work boots and everything at work. The locker room is probably about, not quite, a mile from the melt shop. It's kept away from the melt shop in case of explosions and things like that. So then we got to walk the whole way over, no matter what the weather, to go to the morning meeting for 6 a.m. So yeah, a 10-hour day turns into a 13-hour day for me with the drive and getting there early and everything. So I'm just exhausted, and then again, especially the weeks that I have to build, we've talked about, got to lift all those heavy brick and everything. It's a lot of brick to lay. But that's why anymore I come home, we have dinner, and I'm passing out in the chair. I'll open my eyes and see, oh, Bart went live half an hour ago. Gotta hurry up and get on there,
Yeah. It's rough. You work long hours, hard work. Yeah, I'm with you, Casey. Well, if I see 1 a.m., something's up. A lot of time we'll go to bed at 8 o'clock on Friday night and Saturday night because the alarm goes off at 4 a.m. And then the rest of the week, if there's nothing on worth watching, if I don't pull up a movie, usually by 9, it's like, I'm going to bed. It's just, if I'm watching a movie, I might stay up. But if we get past 11, that's pretty late for Kelly and myself. We don't.
terrible with that because my wife will stay up Saturday nights, Friday nights. So I want to try to stay up with her. If I'm not able to make it out to make a video, I'm watching TV with her. And there are times, not as often lately, but there are times that she's still up till 4 or 5. So if I stay up with her, I've been up for over 24 hours. Now I'm going to bed at 4 or 5, and I want to get at least 8 hours of sleep instead of 4 hours of sleep. The next thing you know, it's afternoon, and I'm waking up, and Mike is just starting to stream, on a Saturday or whatever when I get up.
Right.
I'll see messages from you from 5 a.m. I'm like, oh, I just went to bed at that time,
Yeah. Yeah. Kelly will sleep on the days that we're not working. She'll sleep, but I just can't. If I sleep till 6 a.m, it's weird. And it was the same way when I was in the band. We'd be in the band and get back home at 2 a.m. I still wake up at 6, and it's just I can't sleep late. And I think I told you before, sometimes when we were traveling with the band, we'd get a hotel room if we were playing till late. Maybe we didn't get to the hotel room till 2 or 3 a.m, and I'd get up. Everyone else has crashed. I'd go over to McDonald's or something, get a sandwich.
Yeah.
And the drummer, Paul, he would always be like, dude, why didn't you wake me up? I'd have got breakfast with you. Paul, I got up at 6. Oh, never mind. Leave me sleep. Every single time. But, yeah.
Yeah, it is wild. You go to bed at like 4 or 5 and say, you wake up 2 hours later to go to the bathroom, and we keep our room pitch black and cold. We love it that way. Well, you walk out into the hallway, and then all of a sudden you're seeing all the sun. It's like, holy crap, the birds are singing. It's like, I've only been asleep for an hour.
Yeah. Of course, I had that in Iceland that time when I went to bed at like 1 a.m. I woke up at 3, had to pee, and it was sunny out. I saw it 3 o'clock and it was sunny. I was like, oh shit, I got dressed, thought I would miss the whole day's work. And walk out in the barracks and it's completely dead. And I'm like,
when I did shift work, midnight shift would mess me up like that. You'd work midnight. I would go to sleep, and sometimes I would wake up around noon and think I was late for work. I'm like, what's going on? Oh crap. And I'd run out and it's all sunny. I'm like, I just went to bed not that long ago. Go back to bed again.
Yeah. Yeah. Megan, what do you put in your coffee? I don't know.
Coffee.
I put International Delights Caramel Macchiato.
Ooh,
That's what I put in my coffee. Kelly was determined. I was not a coffee drinker until I met Kelly, and she was determined to find a creamer that I would like. And she would go out, and she knows I love caramel, whatever you want to say. And she would come in with this different creamer. She poured it in there, and she'd take a sip, and she'd go, oh, you're going to love this. You can't even taste the coffee. It tastes just like caramel. And I'd take a sip, and I'd be like, there's caramel in this? It tastes like coffee. And then the International Delights. Megan.
Usually around the holidays, I'll do the liquid creamers. Aside from that, I'll do a non-dairy creamer in mine. If you go to my parents' house, it's like black or skim milk. That's all they have there. Mm-hmm. But my dad got us started like as soon as we could hunt. I think it was 12 years old. Okay, we're going out to hunt deer today. Everybody take a coffee. So he got us started young with it.
Yeah, I can't. There's no way I could drink black coffee. It's just now there is. I did discover there is such a thing as too much creamer, but I used to joke around. I buy them 64-ounce of the caramel macchiato at Walmart for like $6, and I tell the checker lady, I say, I can get nearly 4 cups of coffee out of this thing. And but there were times I put too much creamer. I make my travel thing, go to work, and then I'd pour my first cup of coffee when I got to work. And I'd take a sip and I'm like, oh shit. And I'd go over to the bank and get a cup of black coffee and bring it back. Because for a while this grocery store I worked at, they didn't make coffee in the break room. So I'd go over to the bank when I did the banking run, and I have to add coffee to my coffee because it's like, this is straight creamer at this point.
Yep.
Okay, here's the story. used to drink coffee that tasted like candy. Starbucks, Irish cream, French vanilla. Neighbor asked me to try it black for 2 weeks. Defiantly, I went ahead and did it. Now I just love the taste.
Yeah, and you can taste the difference between different blends when you drink it black more than you can if you're just adding creamer to everything. I drank it black for quite a while.
Yeah, Kelly used to drink it black when I first met her, and then she found hazelnut. And so, but you know, if she doesn't have hazelnut, not like she'll be like, nope, no coffee, but she'll still drink it black. But if there's hazelnut creamer there, she'll put it in.
Yeah,
She likes the taste of that. I don't like hazelnut or regular coffee, so I'm not going to mix the two. Although one day, I'm not sure how she managed to do it. Kelly was pouring us each a cup of coffee, and she poured mine and then hers, and then she thought, I guess we had matching cups or something. I don't know, because she thought hers was mine. So she went to add some more. So she put the caramel in hers that already had hazelnut. And then she hands me mine, which now is half hazelnut and half caramel. And she sat down, she took a drink, and she tasted that hers was all caramel. And she's like, uh-oh. And she couldn't stop me before I took a drink. And it's like, what is this concoction you gave me? She's like, I think I accidentally mixed the creamers in that one. But Megan is a dark roast Colombian.
Definitely, 100%. Dark roast is the way to go. The thing is, buying in a regular grocery store around here, like we have the Giant Eagle chain around here, finding anything that is completely a dark roast is hard to do. You know, they'll show the little beans on the side, and some of them are colored in how many, and it's harder to find. So I order a lot of mine through Amazon.
Yeah. Let's see.
Mike, too acidic. Yeah.
Mike, are you a creamer guy or black? Used to love dark roast, but I do medium now. Dark is too acidic for me in the morning. Yeah.
Like I said before, I take a heartburn medication now, so that doesn't hit me as hard. You do have to watch the blood pressure with that stuff as you get older. My brother went to half calf, couldn't commit to the decaf, so I'll probably be at that point someday.
I'm 100% decaf. I drink even my tea if I make a hot tea, it's decaf, and and we drink decaf coffee because I was having medical issues, and if I would drink caffeinated coffee, it would mess with my chest. So we got off of that. So now we're just used to it. So
Mike's mom likes grinding her own bean. Sorry, I had to. It's the end of the show.
Yeah. Kelly has one of those, just a little thing. We'd grind it and all that, but
yeah, my other brother does that. He grinds the bean. I just get the K cups anymore. It's quick and easy. When I get up in the morning, it's like, it's got to be made now. I won't leave the house without it, but I don't want to call off either. So I got the K cups, and they go in the Keurig, and it brews it so friggin' fast. So nice. I can get out the door.
Yeah, see, I put enough creamer in it that I don't have to worry too much about stale coffee. So because I put creamer in it. So what I usually do is I get up before Kelly, and there'll be probably one mug worth of beer, 1 mug worth of coffee still in the carafe from the day before. And then, so I'll put that in and microwave it while I'm brewing a new pot. And then we don't finish that either. So, and then I have some for the next day.
Maybe kind of snobbish, but I used to buy, like everybody around did, the can of Maxwell House or the can of Folgers or whatever. And when I went to grinding your own or getting K-Cups, now when you go back to that, like my parents will have the big can of Maxwell House, it's like it just tastes stale to me or smells stale, compared to having the actual beans and everything. Just kind of like, okay, it's coffee, I'll drink it, but it's just not the same anymore.
Now, see, at the hotel, they've replaced the carafe things of coffee, and they have those machines that grind the beans and do all that stuff. So it's a fresh. I tell people it sucks though if the hotel's really busy, you'll get a line because it takes a couple minutes to make a cup of coffee. And I tell people all the time, always fresh, never fast, but it's good coffee. Mike said in here, it's been the end of the show for 40 minutes.
You're right. I should have been in bed. I'll be getting yelled at soon. I'll be getting a message that I should be in bed.
When you have 418 topics like we do on any given show, it takes a while to get to them all.
It's my favorite type of show. We've been off on everything. A lot of food and drink.
Yeah. Yeah, they're talking coffee in there. Old boss would buy the donut shop coffee. Megan says, it's not the end of the show till we hear the outro. That's true. We don't know when it's going to end either. But I think it's going to end now, though, because Poe needs to go to bed.
You guys ruined it by talking about the end of the show.
Yeah. So think up some topics for next week's show, because I think we just went through every possible topic for this.
There's not a whole lot. We did the food, we did the drink. That's enough for me. That's
we went cheese and all kinds of pizzas.
Oh, my favorites. And you and Kelly sent me meats and cheeses 2 Christmases in a row, and that is our favorite thing on earth. And we finally finished them about a week or 2 ago.
Nice.
We just love that stuff.
Yeah. Well, we just got rickrolled by Polo. Never going to give us up. So I'm going to go ahead and roll that ending credit thing. So Megan knows that it's over. Be sure to check out Casey's show tomorrow. Mike and Phil on Tuesday. Kelly and I will not be doing 2-Player Tuesday or my Thursday stream this week because we are out of town. I was going to record something, but I was going to record a 2-player show to have it go out on Tuesday. But Kelly said, "Fuck all them people. They don't need a video." I don't know. I don't know why she was so grumpy.
It makes me sad because I'm looking for something. I will. I'll come home and I'll watch some news, and then I let the wife pick. So we end up watching Steve Wilkos and Judge Judy, and then I'm like, now I'm going to watch my YouTube videos, and if nobody's live, wow, it can get tough. Yeah. So look for those other things. I'm looking forward to watching Megan's video playing MASH. That will be awesome. Yeah.
She mentioned it, and again, anyone that wants to throw up a score, throw it up there. And one of these days, hopefully, we'll have Casey on here with us, hanging out. Nice. That would be fun. I've already asked Megan, and she said she can't stand Poe, so that's why she won't.
Well, that's most people.
Yeah.
That's I'm used to that. That's why my channel has been going on for 18 years and I have 5 subs, right?
And as you saw from tonight's show, we never know if we're gonna. We don't even know if we're gonna have a surprise guest. It could be a surprise for us.
Somebody might show up. You never know. You never know.
And
there is a local guy who's like totally retro. I thought about asking this dude. He's pretty big for this area. Weird Paul. Look him up if you haven't yet. This guy's been making videos since he was a kid. It's from the early 80s, and he blasts them on social media. He does appearances and stuff. He loves old video games as well. But this guy saved everything that he's ever had. I mean, everything. Notebooks from elementary school, and he shows them in his videos. So this guy is cool.
Yeah.
I thought about that. We'll talk about it one day. But if he has time, I'll ask him. Weird Paul. To hang out.
Yeah, if you want to hang out, this is the place to do it. And and just a little inside information for people. I think the only one that's here now is Mike, who's been on the show before, but it's always the same link. So Mike has the link. He could show up at any moment. And,
Bart had to keep it simple for me. If it was a different link, I screwed it up every week with the show. I'm like, Bart, I don't know what to do. It's not working for me. He's like, you idiot, here's another link.
It's always the same link, so you can jump on, because as people know, if you're on Restream or StreamYard or anything, you just go to the green room. If I don't want you on, I just won't let you on. It's always the same link. Once you've been on, you're invited forever.
Yeah,
so,
forever.
I am going to click on the outro for real this time. Megan, we know we're just teasing. Glad you found us, or Poe found you, or however you ended up here. You are a nice addition to this community.
Most definitely. A lot of fun.
And we got a lot of good people that hang out. It's fun seeing everybody and everyone else's streams, and this is a great time. So, all right, same bat time, same bat channel. Next week,
we'll be here.
We will be here. Now, everyone's favorite part, this outro with the awesome song, which is very catchy. I do like this outro. So, all right, we're out of here.
Love you.
Next week.
Thanks for stopping by, guys. We hope to see you next week.
Hanging out with Poe and Offgrid. Yeah, the retro game stories. You know what they did. From Atari to Zaxxon, every secret unwound. Best closing credits theme. The baddest around. Flippers are flapping, the high scores in sight. Talking on consoles, day in and day out, through the night. Every button pressed, every cartridge blown clean. Reliving the glory on a glowing screen. Hanging out with Poe and Offgrid. Yeah, the retro game stories. You know what they did. From Atari to Zaxxon, every secret unwound. Best closing credits theme. The baddest around. No cheat codes needed, just passion and fun for every true gamer till the podcast is done. So